I don't know why it's working now, but I just seriously just been clicking around on shit, and now it's working.
Hey,
which apparently worked last time.
That's what it did last time. Maybe
Shit, that's fucking weird because I just I gotta exit out of here because now are you did you start up one that says Arcade Hangout 192? Because I just started that. Like I was just about ready to click start streaming, and it says that there's one current viewer, and it's not me because it doesn't count me.
so. As soon as you started yours, Jim, then it popped up on Andrew's, maybe.
Yeah, there's some dude
maybe
now.
there is a
Who's on
conflict between
YouTube? Who can see the YouTube chat? Because there's a dude in there called Dominic. Now there's two current viewers. Like what the fuck? So, all right, I'm gonna cancel this. I guess.
Why does it say my personal meeting room though? Fuck.
Oh no.
Whatever. It's fucking live. I don't know.
Is it actually?
It says it's live, but I don't see anything on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
Oh.
People are in the
chat.
YouTube chat chatting away. Nine watching.
But what about the
IRCs?
Oh yes.
All right. Well, there's
yes.
We are live.
Okay. Well, there's at least the problem is now I have to cancel whatever this is because there's at least 3 people that are waiting for us to go live on this one.
Oh man.
I will start rendering that situation.
I just figured this was preferable.
I was literally like
there it
this,
is.
like I was ready to
34K
be like,
personal
here we
meeting
go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it is,
so
There's
not,
your problem.
No, and now we get personal.
Zoom's title. That must be Zoom's title. I didn't get an option to change that.
All right, I'm going to get
So
rid of.
next time, let Jim like mess around with settings and see if it pops up on yours.
Well, I wonder. Or maybe there is something where multiple people are logged into the account and it's causing confusion about who's.
But I wasn't logged in.
So you had to
prior.
log in. All right. Well,
Yeah.
There's that theory.
So we're not live actually on YouTube though.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Yeah, we're live.
So
Yeah, we're
I'm
just-
not
so
seeing anything. I just see
Put
our
your
logo.
pants back on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
When
you
I
might be
clicked
viewing
on
the
it-
wrong
No,
one.
we're
192?
live on YouTube.
192, right?
yeah. 192.
But the YouTube one says 34K's personal meeting room.
That should be.
Yeah, it says Arcade Hangout is live 30. Yeah.
This is what I have. It's just not.
That
working.
was the old one.
Oh.
Probably hit refresh.
Okay, let's see here.
It should be deleted and gone.
We're gonna fix this all in post, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Fix it in post.
We can obviously fix the name, but
But we'll never fix us. Yeah.
Episode
unfixable.
192.
You can't restore
we
any
go.
of this. Yeah.
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 all right. So everyone in
There we go. We're working now.
should go over to where's that?
This
button?
old game would take a really long time if they wanted to put out some sort of screen printed gym. That was weird. All right.
YouTube.
Mark Shields says best episode ever.
Fuck you, Mark.
Mark, how do you like this
I
for
mean,
an
love you.
intro? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still keep thinking about Mark's wife when we were playing that blind.
You keep thinking about Mark's
I found out
wife.
that everybody's using the same blindfold
Oh, I know. She's so
with pink eye and all this stuff. And I'm like, God, you're freaking me out. I'm
Yeah,
starting
Everybody's got pink eye now.
Yeah.
We should have asked that question, huh? Does anybody here have pink eye?
Yeah. Or head lice. Does anyone have pink eye or head lice?
Or crotch
And
lice?
there goes the blindfolded everything.
ay,
Wah, wah, wah. Nah. That's still super fun. That was fun watching.
As long as I don't have crotch lice, we got to change underwears or something.
Crotch.
Good.
Crotch lice.
Well, that's just crabs, you know.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Arcade Hangout. Sorry we're late.
Finally. You can
YouTube
blame
doesn't like-
YouTube.
YouTube hates Zoom, and we hate it. I don't know. Jim started playing around with settings, and then all of a sudden Andrew's icon popped up to join, and here we are. So
I play with a few settings and then suddenly.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's
So
going on.
who's are we going through Andrews or Jimbo's right now?
No,
Andrew.
well, it's through Zoom.
Yeah.
So
That's
it is
something to do-
actually working now.
It's not
finally.
recording to my computer and streaming out or anything like that. It's just we're all connected to Zoom. Zoom is connected to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
I
that
was going
connection
to,
between
yeah.
Zoom and YouTube that's been fucking broken.
Yeah, we were like, I was literally like seconds away from using like starting OBS and as our backup, which isn't my preference, but like I was just about to unmute myself and be like, all right, I'm gonna hit stream, and then oh shit, we're working.
Yeah. And I figured rather than you doing that and having to deal with all your desktop issues, it better just to take that opportunity and go live.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to use it. I mean, with the way that we have things laid out. Now, if someone else was if I was just doing OBS, someone else was running the board or whatever, it'd be a lot easier. Anyways, here we are. I need another drink now.
That took a fucking hour.
Oh,
yeah. I've never sipped on hard seltzer water before so slowly. Yeah.
Well, it still matches the original Hangout logo. It says 9 p.m. Pacific starting.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're still.
Yeah, well, we didn't
on
tell you guys that
schedule.
we're starting an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right on time. Fuck, we're early. We're 2 minutes early.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're out of stuff to talk about.
That's when we used to start
Sorry.
at 9.
Sorry,
you guys
everyone. We already
missed that?
talked everything Grinker, so we're all talked out about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
done.
done.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
night.
You guys,
That's our show.
missed
See you
that?
next week, everybody.
Did anyone do anything arcade related before
Yeah, you
we
didn't,
leave?
you didn't miss nothing.
I can't believe those things Nash Villain was saying about those players, man.
Yeah.
Too bad
Yeah,
everybody missed
all
out.
those
He's
cheaters.
brutal. Man.
Zyla cheating.
Oh
720.
my god, that was
We have stories.
Oh.
We have stories to tell.
That's
Yes.
legendary.
Fucking crazy.
All right.
Lots of stories, yes.
Yeah. We,
All right.
yeah.
All right, I'm getting
Okay,
a drink.
do
I'll
the
be right
intro.
back.
Yeah, no, here we go. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout. Okay, I gotta do it fast because
Yeah.
of all time we wasted. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout. We're a group of friends that like to get together
Micro Machines.
and talk about arcades, drinks, media, and Bandersnatch and whatever. Here
Sega.
we are, and we're gonna do about 7. And today,
We're the longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube when it actually works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the longest running, most popular live arcade podcast, and then that's all I got.
Breathe, Mock. Breathe.
All right, so our Grinker 7 happened a couple weeks ago. We didn't do a show because it was too close for us coming back, and our livers are crying.
Yeah.
and
Oh my god,
asking-
I didn't have any voice. I was like,
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah, my throat
I
was
didn't,
trashed for a few
I did not
days.
totally get my voice back until I think I was singing to the radio like on Saturday
Took a
or
couple
no
days.
Sunday, and I was like, oh, hey, my voice is back. I was raspy for that long.
Grinker's healed my arm. It's fucking.
So
There you go.
can we talk about, before we go into like stories and stuff, I just want to make sure so we don't forget. I want to shout out to thank you to Carl, aka
Yes, Perko.
Perkos.
Carl Perkins.
Yes.
He gave us
Oh,
these
super cool.
embroidered coasters, wooden coasters that have our logo on them, and I thought
Yeah,
that
for
was really
sure.
cool of him.
Limited
Yeah,
Yeah,
edition.
they're
Definitely awesome.
gorgeous.
Now,
Bud Light can on it right now.
and Gak, can you? I don't
give me a
have
second. I'll
my.
go grab it.
I don't have my bottle opener. Keith has it because he's going to improve it.
Ooh, reinforcements.
Yeah, he's going to put plexi over the front of it, so when you open the
Yeah.
bottle up, it won't
Oh, it
mess with
doesn't
the
spray.
artwork. Yeah. So, who was the one that gave us that again? Oh, Gak doesn't have his earphones in.
Put them in.
Hey, Gak, who is
Okay.
it? Who is it that gave us these openers again?
So he goes by Chris Rad Page on Instagram. So yeah, he
Did
surprised us all
anybody
with these.
see the next day he went to a media care? Did anybody see him?
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
allergic to something. I saw him right before he went to the elevator.
Yeah, he got sick.
Really? Yeah, he got sick. Yeah, I
Unfortunately.
do recall him saying that. Yeah,
which
there was a little bit of a bug going around. I think maybe I don't know. A couple.
No,
of
no,
people
no.
seemed
He had an allergic reaction to something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
really?
he showed me the almost looked like like a rash, and I mean he was
Huh.
he looked
that
all right, but he
blindfold?
said it was painful
Okay.
as hell. He said
Who's the blindfold?
Everybody that played
Sorry.
in the Nat Frogger tournament has contracted something.
So anyway, he gave us each a different one. It looks like Gax, but it had different covers. Here,
Yep.
I do have a
Different
picture, right?
side art. So he had like a Donkey Kong
Mine's over
one,
here.
a Discitron one,
Yeah.
X-Men. He gave Tapper one to Steve at Grinkers.
Turtles.
Wow.
Yeah. Teen
I
Titans
got
Turtles.
Discitron and Keith got Galaga.
Awesome.
Nice.
There's a picture on mine there. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see that.
I recognize that carpet.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a glass?
I got a rock.
I got one back here.
Yes, Andrew. if you
Anyway,
could
that was
show
a really
too.
cool gift. I was really appreciative of that. Keith and I are going to put, we're going to remove the metal opener and put plexi right over it and then put it back.
Nice.
Cut holes in it. We also had a fan make beer glasses. This originally was not going to be in the giveaway. And I'm sad that some people didn't get them because somebody
he
forgot.
made enough for the.
Somebody forgot at the front desk to hand them out, so some people didn't get them.
I think what wound up happening is people didn't say anything at the front desk. They just looked at the bags and like, oh, there's my bag. Grab
Andrew,
it and
talk.
move on.
Oh,
Didn't say anything to the
no.
check-in person.
Yeah, so they didn't
Yeah,
bother
sorry.
checking.
Yeah, no, we're in gallery view, so everyone can see it. I think, right?
So yeah,
Are we?
so I
think
think
so.
Wally is in the chat.
Yep,
And
he
he's
is.
the one who donated all these glasses. Super awesome.
Thank you.
man.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
thank
They're
you,
really
Wally.
cool. They're a big
That
hit.
was
From
that
Philly?
was not cheap. I know that
no.
much.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was on my flight going back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
That
know
was
that.
badass, though. Those look great.
Good dude.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It was.
And
It
we
was
got to give a shout out to God, I can't remember their names.
I love seeing people on
Two brothers.
Twitter using them.
Carl and his brother, who I can't remember his name. They threw $100 down on the bar.
I was wondering who did that. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and what the hell's his last name? It's gonna come to me in a
You
minute.
know
you talking
their
about Perkins
handles?
Wally.
Oh, Perkins. Was that his last name?
Yeah,
Same,
Carco?
same guy that did the coasters, right?
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Carl
Oh,
did the
awesome.
posters.
Carl
Yeah.
Perkins did the posters.
From
yeah, the
Montana?
posters,
Not posters.
yeah. Yes.
Carl didn't do the glasses.
No,
that was
Perko
Wally.
did the coast.
Yeah.
He
he
did.
the
I didn't know
coasters.
he did the coasters. Yeah, I shot the
Yeah,
shit with
so-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nice
Yeah.
guy. They threw. I
Very
must have had
cool.
like 5 beers on them. Like
It was. I just thought it was so cool to meet the fans. I didn't know we had fans of the show like that. And
I know. Yeah. This
Right.
is
Either
it.
way, I was touched, flattered, and thank you to everyone that brought us a gift because I didn't expect a gift, and I thought that was really cool. I was touched.
Yeah, for sure.
Really
Yeah,
nice.
definitely.
In all the
wasn't
right
me this
places.
time.
Again,
And no poop required.
as well. They gave us some T-shirts.
and Chris Dorr with the posters too. Those are awesome.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'll be putting mine up soon.
This was by far the biggest or the most amount of people I had approach me and introduce themselves for actually what because
Mhm.
I'm like we have like 5 or 6 people it feels like that we always kid about, but there's clearly more people that either tune in afterwards or more live than we figure, because I was
Yeah.
like I was doing this I'm like, don't take this personally, and I grabbed their badge because inevitably your badge
Yeah.
flips around.
Yeah.
And-
Trying to take a mental
over.
note. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. 50-50 chance.
I was
It's always the
doing
wrong
that
50.
with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't take this personally, but this is the only way. Like, it's so loud in there too.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
what's
try
your name?
to, but it doesn't help because
Huh?
I'm drinking so much. I don't remember the next day.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
As
faces
long as
look
I can
familiar.
remember.
Names.
Yep.
mm.
As long as I can remember first name or even better a handle that's memorable.
Yeah, handles.
You know how many
Uh-huh.
people I said, did I talk to you last year? I
yeah,
think I did. Like, oh yeah, for a while. I'm like, God, I don't.
There's a lot of new faces this year too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
some people that couldn't make it out that really wanted to, but I did see
Yeah.
a lot of new people and new young people. There was 2
Yeah.
couples there
Yep.
that were, you
Oh
know,
yeah, mean
they're-
green and
were,
Mhm.
were a lot
Yep,
younger.
who's on our chat.
So Mean Green, was
Yeah.
he the
And-
one who had the drone, or is he the one? Because
couldn't
one of
tell
them
you.
had a camera set up,
Uh,
and filming a lot.
That was Chance's.
That was, no, Paul V, I think is what his name is. DJ Paul V, maybe was the other guy. Anyways,
just
yeah,
combine
so
all the
Mean Green-
names into one.
Yeah,
You'll get it covered. Yeah.
yeah.
Mean Green did not have the drone.
No, no.
Okay. So I
was-
know who.
He was there with his awesome
Yeah.
wife, who's super smart.
Mhm.
super smart,
She's super smart.
super duper.
Where
Yeah,
was
and
it?
like you said,
Couple
the
from?
Canadian arcade
Yeah.
guys came down too. That was fun.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and the
Yeah.
beers they brought, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
And the broken truck.
same with Chris, Matt, and Ben. I believe is that.
Oh, the Houston.
Yeah, the
crew?
Houston guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys come every year, but they brought beers this time, and we had that That beer
And
drinking session.
I got
was
an awesome
blast.
autographed Skeleton Dick CD. I got him to autograph it for me.
Oh,
so-
I forgot to do that.
I do have a picture somewhere. I'll post it.
I
to you,
talked
but
to Chris. That's his name, right? Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
Chris with the
I talked to him like last year. We like met, like introduced her. This year we had like full on conversations.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
2 or 3 times, and
he's
yeah,
awesome.
he's super cool dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a lot of laughs.
Is Chris in chat right now?
He is Horde
right,
5150.
Don't forget Evil Tunes, buddy. Check that out. We had a convo about that. So, but yeah, no, it was such a good time as always.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And then it flies by.
it just flies by. 'cause
I'm
you're
so
talking to
glad I
many
didn't
people
spend. Not, to be fair, I'm so glad I didn't participate in the tournament because it got.
well, we can't too. We're running around all
And
over the
it's-
place trying to fix.
You
problems.
lose so much time doing that.
You
and-
don't have to. There's enough people doing it. You just do what you enjoy there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people
Although
want to
I
do the
did-
tournament. Let them do it.
Although I did play Arkanoid because I just had to
Yeah,
show
sorry.
McAllister what's up.
It was like funny because Donnie was my roommate. He's like, I gotta go. Because he was like what 5th or 6th, 7th, whatever he was in the tournament. He's pretty good at games, and he's like, I gotta go put
Yeah.
scores up. When I finally got, he's dude, I've been playing these games for 8 hours, like trying to, and I'm like, oh, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean that's like
Yeah.
it's kind of the learning experience. It's kind of the same thing about a lot of stuff. Like, oh, this is supposed to be it's a marathon of with drinking, not a sprint. Like it's kind of the same thing with the tournament. Like it's fun to do it a year for sure. But then the next time you're out there, think about like what you enjoyed the most and focus on that. The previous year, it's all a learning experience. Because I know last year I played in a tournament for like the second time, and it was fun. But you lose so like the stories and stuff. You lose so much of that because you're focused on just even if you're only focusing on a couple games, you still have to play them all to at least qualify.
Yeah, for me, all I wind up trying to do, I just want to submit one score on every game if I can pull it off. But I missed like 4 or 5 games out of the 20, so I didn't get it on the leaderboard on any of them. So,
Oh, I take it back. I played Breakout as well. Yeah.
I just
Right.
played like a game I was decent at to see how I do it against the pros and stuff. And mine was Wild Western, and I was the one that picked that game. So if you didn't like it, fuck you. But I think
The chat is saying that they hate it.
Yeah, they didn't like it. So I came in. I was fifth place in it, so I was happy with that because I know a lot of people are really good at it. And then Kalen saw that and he's all, "Ooh, Steve's 5th place." So he played until he beat me. I'm like, "You fucker!"
I had fun. I basically coached like 3 or 4 people on how to play Arkanoid just because I wanted them to do well against the pros, and they're all drinking, so they already are, as far as I'm concerned, they're bros.
It's good to put games in though like that than putting in something like Dig Dug that someone can just play forever or something. You gotta change it up with some weird game.
What was the longest game in a tournament that somebody could like?
Three
just-
Stooges.
Oh, that's right.
That was a big bummer finding out that that's a marathon. I had no idea, but like I was telling Clint, I'm like, well, it's a good learning experience for future tournaments. And he's like, yeah, it's not going to be in future tournaments. I'm like, exactly. But it was disappointing. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's good to know now. I never knew you could marathon.
Well,
that
I
game,
wound
but-
up talking to a couple of the high score guys there and about that game specifically. And they're
Okay.
like, it's just overlooked by most of those guys. They're like, man, this game. And
Well, that-
Matt Hall still, he wound up playing it in MAME and, enjoyed it, I guess. So
See,
that
and
made
we
a
make
breakout on that.
games harder too. Like we'll take out the 8-way and put in a 4-way just to fuck with people. So like with R Type, we fucked with everybody.
Oh, yeah,
But
totally
that-
intentional.
Wasn't that-
That was not my fault, guys.
Oh, and by
that
the
was
way,
a
we
big-
have a special guest here today.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Hello,
The-
guys. Yes, the four-way joystick in R-Type was not my fault. That's it was like that when we got there. It was my fault to leave it in there, though.
That's a new one.
It's called the Equalizer.
we want to make
Yeah.
it challenging.
Well, Steve requested not alter any games that are on the floor. So,
So it's hey, it's got a 4-way joystick. Although I did go in and turn off the continue feature on R-Type. That's the only setting change I did on that. And
Okay.
I turned off the continue feature of a couple of other machines.
Arkanoid,
And
you did, yeah, I'm
and
sure.
yes,
yeah.
Jim, I did alter your settings on Arkanoid.
Okay, you did, because I was wondering if there was still default difficulty or not. I couldn't. So it wasn't.
No, it was not default.
Okay.
The main thing I focused on was limiting the number of extra lives,
Right.
based on score.
So it wasn't 100,000, 200,000.
Right.
Okay.
It was just 100,000, and that was it.
Okay.
Which came back to bite you, because you were commenting that you were one life short of beating the game when I saw you play it.
Oh, so my comment was, if I had just one more life, I think I could have. I think I could have done it. Yeah, I think I got to the boss
and
twice.
Deep down,
yeah.
I'm doing a Mr. Burns going, excellent, because that's one life you didn't have because I took it away from you.
Yeah, I was close though. So I don't know if it was the first or the second time, because I think you saw both times I got to the end. So the second time I got to the boss, I made it past the first phase. I got to the second phase, and you have to hit the second phase seven times, the squid thing, to beat the game. And I hit it 4, and I was like, God, it's close. But my whole purpose was to just prove that you can still put up a high score without using any gimmicks. And I think that was the one that you saw was like the 930 or whatever, 915 or whatever. Because I noticed, I was telling everyone, I'm guessing that McAllister and the 3 people that were that were at the time in the lead, I'm guessing that they know about level 5, and that if you get one power up, you can really point press and get a big score in that one level. And I wouldn't be surprised that if that doesn't happen, that they just walk away or they just kill themselves. And sure enough, the next day I go up there and Sean or McAllister's playing. John McAllister's playing, and that's exactly what happens. He has 3 lives. He gets the right power up, and he screws it up, and he just walks away and killed. And I was like, that just put a sour taste in my mouth. I'm like, fuck you. All right, I'm gonna show you. And that was the game that you saw, Clint. It was like. Mm-hmm. It's because you can still get a huge score. Like, he could have easily got a massive score if he had just kept playing, but whatever. Yeah, it put a bad taste in my mouth.
Hello.
All right, so one of the things I wanted to cover, and you guys have chimed in on several of them already, is first off, I do have the stats for the official stats from Greenfest 7. I also compiled a list of my picks for the 3 best tournament games and the 3 worst tournament games.
Oh.
And if you guys would like, if you wanted to go around the table and do your best one or your worst one, that's up to you. But I have that on my sheet for the broadcast sometime, whenever you guys want to get around to it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Do it.
All right. We'll start with the stats, because I think that's probably people would like to know that a little bit more. This year, Greenfest 7, we had 148 people sign up, but of that, about anywhere from 62 to 68 people actually put up a score.
It sounds about
so
right.
we had 20 more people pre-register than last year, but we still had about the same number of people actually participating in the tournament, so no difference there. The number of scores that we put up is 1,479. That is, well, yes,
that's you and your team fucking doing that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's that breaks down to about one score every 45 seconds.
Jesus.
I was impressed how many people, like in the far corner where Arkanoid was, like I was worried that would be like a dead zone, and there was always someone nearby. I mean, I know Wild Western was over there, but I was really impressed that you didn't have to wait very long. There was always someone in that zone.
Jump Bug is really in a remote area.
I forgot about Jump Bug. Yeah, you're right.
Drag Race is the back corner too. So
Drag Race is right next to Bandito.
Yeah,
and Wild Western is just right around the corner, and then Arkanoids. But yeah, Jump Bug is just like off in a little obscure corner. You have to crawl into a cave to get to that between steel talons and whatever.
Oh yeah.
To get to Jump Bug, or race driving. That's what it's behind. It's sandwiched. It's you've got steel talons and you've got race driving, blocking access to Jump Bug, and there's only one other game next to it. So yeah, that's really hard to get to.
Mm-hmm.
The score, so 1,479 scores. That is actually down from last year by quite a bit. That is down about 500 scores. We had 1,969 scores with 20 less people last year.
Wow.
That's because I participated last year.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you wonder, like, were
the
games shorter? Were a lot of the games quicker?
A lot of the games were quicker last year. Yes,
Yeah.
we probably had Death Incarnate settings on one or two of the games. So yes, of course, the games would last a lot less time. So yes, I imagine some people were playing the games longer. That might have contributed to it.
Sorry about that. Jahan and a couple other people were complaining every time I was out there. Fucking Jimbo's on Arkanoid again.
Somebody commented saying a past picture from the first Grinkfest tournament, and someone on there commented saying, "Man, I sure missed the first Grinkfest tournament. I sure wish I would have been a part of that when there weren't any pros there able to marathon any of the games."
It might have been Torrin said that. I saw that post. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Torrin.
Yeah.
That was at the first.
And I said, in case in point, I was able to sneak Nibbler in the first year, and there's no way I can sneak. There's no way I can sneak Nibbler in now.
Yeah, because guys will be playing that for hours.
Yes.
Hence why we have not a tournament.
Yeah.
Which is also
the everyman's tournament, and
which was also a
person's
huge
tournament.
hit and way. I mean, we had so many participants for that.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh my god.
It was like 2.5 hours or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
It was
like
a
an
long
hour
time.
or so. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
36 participants for that.
Yeah, I remember
know,
like watching Keith like fire up the third game. I was like, really?
I know.
I went
Yeah.
after two.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I can't. I mean, Keith's voice had to be more trash than anyone's after
Yeah.
screaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was a trooper.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't remember the third game. Only Donkey Kong.
Frogger, and Robotron, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Robotron. That's right.
Blindfolded
That's
Frogger. Yeah.
That is always a hit. We got lucky the very first year we did.
How about
Finance.
who was it Matroid and someone else playing Donkey Kong?
Donnie Graham, my buddy, my roommate, Rochester. Donnie Graham. Yeah, that was impressive.
That was insane. They were like mind melded, like
I love
Vulcans.
Donnie. He's awesome.
You know, my teammate, when I played Donkey Kong, I was the only one we got 0.
Yeah.
I had to beat 600. I'm like, oh, we got to beat 600 and got 0.
It's harder than it looks, but some people found it really easy. I guess I thought it'd be hard, but
Yeah, but Donnie and Metroid, that was impressive. Everyone's like, wow.
yeah, Metroid, they were just like in
Blank.
sync, like the same person playing it, and they were just going through board after board. And we're
Donnie's the one that was at Fun Spot when we
The baby.
with the RV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When,
I
when
like,
we gave him the diapers, at
Diapers.
the end.
Yeah, he got the leftover diapers.
when they got to like the fourth,
I love that guy. He's so
He's
super
so
cool
dude,
and nice
he loves
and
it.
chill.
He loves it. He was all into the tournament this year. That's why he's like, dude, I gotta go scores up. Like he's like, I'm going over right now. I'm like, now?
I was standing behind him. I'm like, no, go left on this on the next stage. Like he was like with Arkanoid. It was funny.
He was playing freaking R-Type on his Switch in the morning, like, before the arcades even. I look over. He's got, dude, you're a nerd. You know.
I thought it was funny though when they were playing Donkey Kong. You know, one guy's doing the movement, the other guy's doing the jumping. I think was Matroid doing the jumping.
Matroid was doing the jumping. Donnie was.
Yeah. So they're going board after board after board. Then Keith just like shakes his head. And he yells out, "Kill screen coming up!"
That was funny. I heard that. Yeah.
So yeah, but that was a big hit, and I can't believe how many people love and want to play, you know, in our NAT tournament, you know, that
I think I made the comment. I was actually surprised that it took so long for Warlords to get hot, because like it feels like years past, it was like that was like Thursday, Thursday, Friday, but it was like towards the end of Friday, and then people played it Saturday night, but it was
wasn't
like it
as
took a
much.
little while.
Yeah,
it wasn't quite as hot as it's been.
Yeah.
God, I didn't bet Scott Bartelli $100. I was gonna lay a Franklin down.
Dude, that would have been amazing.
Yeah,
I know, but I was so bad at it. I'm like, I just lost like 3 games in a row. What am I even thinking?
I played 2 and I lost them both.
And I kept thinking this is gonna be exciting. I'm thinking everyone else. I put $100. Me and I'm gonna put $100 on Warlords.
Oh, I will say this about Warlords. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're good at Arkanoid and you can play Brave. Like, you should be great at this." I'm like, it's a completely different animal. No matter, like, yeah, you've got a paddle, but it's a different animal. Like, I suck at that game, but I like playing.
I think you'd be really good at it though, because you're so good at Arkanoid.
It's a different animal. Yeah,
it is. But
that was my first time playing Warlords.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've never played it before?
We had a friendly game too. Clint did not throw down the dollar.
Nobody did.
No, we had a friendly game.
Can we talk about the cheaters in the contest?
Oh yeah,
can I get a drink before that? I need a drink before we talk cheaters.
And we were going to get the best and worst also.
Yeah.
Clint's list.
Yes, I've got my best and worst.
Oh, let's do that first.
Yeah,
let's do that first, and we'll talk cheaters out there.
All right.
That should be hung.
So I'll start with the 3 worst, since you guys have mostly mentioned them already. In my opinion, I'll start at number 3 of the worst tournament game was Drag Race. Now I put this one at number 3 because it actually does function at as a tournament game. But the scores are all so close together that everybody gets very, very similar points. There's not any there wasn't much disparity. There wasn't much distance in tournament score between first place and last place. So it didn't function very well. Second place, and it was in the tournament last year, Vanguard. It's one of the marathoning games, and some people are still able to play it for longer periods of time.
Yeah.
First place, take a guess.
Three Stooges.
Good guess.
Oh, for worst games in the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, the reason why I picked that game was because everyone always scoffs at it, and it's like, oh, it's a bad game, and the sounds, and it's annoying. I'm like, ha 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 ha. But
he was doing these on Little Mr. Burns. Well, yeah, Jim, you're off the hook though, because like I think that when we were putting together the initial list of games for that selection, you were only one of like 4 people who also voted for that game. So yeah, that game was getting popular within the whole group. There's a lot of responsibility to go along.
Okay. And really, with the exception of the first place score, the other scores weren't that huge of a gap from other players, right?
Right. Clint? Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
Are you still with us, Clint?
Clint, can you verify that?
The problem with that game is, there were several problems with that game. One, of course, it was marathoned. Second problem, the score didn't stick. It vanished quickly on players. which I had to constantly power off and power the machine back on to bring up a leaderboard, a very forgiving leaderboard, so that the score would at least stick on that for a while.
I see.
But the third problem that we ran across, and it was Matt Hall caused this problem, is when he
Fucking Matt Hall.
when he did marathon the game, he noticed his lives stopped going number. He stopped losing lives.
Oh. So it's
so
broken?
It's possible that that game has a lives glitch. Like at some point, you stop losing lives. And I saw Matt he was getting close to the 1,000,000 point mark, and he was just wandering around trying to die off his guys. And he kept getting hit right and left, and his counter wasn't going down.
Weird. Huh.
So I don't know if that's a board issue or if that's a programming issue. But
it's such a rare game, no one would even really know. You know,
it could be where the counter only goes so high, but it's still stacked in there, and it hasn't,
true
that number
but,
yet.
But Matt said that he had been killing off quite a bit of his lives on a regular basis, and he said I've watched him try and kill off, and they,
Nothing.
40 lives down, and it still hasn't gone down. And
oh man,
so
that game sucks. Worse than Wild Western. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you notice Wild Western didn't make my bottom 3. All right. So those were the three worst tournament games. And
oh shit! What were the other two? I was away.
It was Drag Race and what was the other one?
Drag Race and Vanguard.
Okay.
Drag Race was number 3. Vanguard was number 2.
And Chicken Shift because you couldn't get the score because that's would have been a bad game.
That's a bummer.
That
was such a bummer.
I didn't put Chicken Shift on the bottom 3 either because that's actually a pretty good.
It got
tournament.
removed.
Oh, it's a great game. It's just
the score just vanishes. But if the score didn't vanish, it would be a great game.
It's not
somehow
even
we were able
to instant.
Clint. Somehow we were able to pull it off because we had it in the prototype. Like
we have had it in prototype, so I don't know.
You were just
maybe
able to be close by and catch the scores,
maybe that's it. Maybe I was able to, but I didn't have any team members during prototype. It was just me.
Yeah,
I need to make
they're all grouped together though, all next to each other. Yeah. All the games were.
I need to make a recording setup or rig for tournaments so that you can just have that recorded
for everybody.
There you go.
For everybody, just it's always going like maybe
live up feed for.
Just
from every single game.
Yeah, then you need someone full time to be watching it. Yeah, and then okay, there's a frame. There you go. Yeah.
All right. So the top 3 best tournament games, and I think you guys are going to like this list. Number 3. You finally convinced me to put it in the tournament, and I considered it one of the best. 720 Degrees was number 3.
Wow, nice. With that 1-0 glitch.
Except for when people cheat.
Yeah. As long as nobody does that glitch,
we'll get there.
As long as nobody does that glitch, I like that the game ends at a predetermined point. And scores, and everybody was doing a very good job competing on it. It was fun to play. And there was a lot of separation of scores on that. So I definitely like that game.
Necros make it funny.
Jeff C missed out this year. Yeah.
Jeff C, man.
720. Who was the best?
Well, that was number 3.
No, was that the top scorer you're asking? Right?
Yeah, who was the best player at 720? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember, but I'm at my desktop. I can certainly.
Was somebody like leaps and bounds above everyone else, even maybe if they didn't place? Like,
no, there was nobody leaps and bounds on 720.
No, everyone.
Did you even play it, Andrew?
No, actually, I'm gonna be really ashamed if
why didn't you?
So fucking busy.
You should have played at least once.
All those beers with your name on it, you just had priorities.
Yeah,
it was totally just the beers. I blame the beers.
All right,
I blame all the rest of the shit.
Yeah, I
Go ahead,
blame a
go
lot of
ahead, Clint.
things.
First
Clint.
place in 720 was Ben Falls with 258,000.
That's a solid score.
Yeah.
Bradley Kalmar Bailey 247,000. Brian Middleton 245,000.
Those are
John
good scores.
McAllister
Yeah, they're all close.
212,000. These are reasonably close together. And then, of course, you go all the way down to Eric Odenborg with 850 points.
Yeah, I mean those are all probably finish the game scores.
That sounds about right.
The 200s.
850 was the bottom score.
That's like one.
That'd be my score.
Actually, here's a good one. Addie Stewart. I think she was like 11 years old or something like that. She got 3,200 points.
Nice.
All right.
Yay! I like the fact that the
Better than
720
my
is
score.
potential another tournament game someday.
It's
Yeah.
on the T-shirt for crying out
It
loud.
was the fucking T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's the deck. It's the game of the Screenfest
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, it had to be there.
Yeah. Number 2. I stacked the deck on this one because this is one of my favorite tournament games. Empire City, 1931.
The hard fucking game.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I did all right in it. I got a decent score, I think.
By the way, I want a shootout now. That reminds me of that game a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a fun game because it's pretty challenging.
And
sure.
there's also little knickknacks in the game where you can actually rack up some extra points. So it's not just a matter of shooting to survive. There's actual stuff that you can do. There's hidden stuff that you can do in the game.
Oh, that you can shoot. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Shoot
That's a
lampposts
quick
or
game.
something.
I assume that there weren't any people that were on there for like half an hour.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, I didn't bother touching the settings. I didn't have to.
No shit. We played that. What was that? Was that Thursday, Mock?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Trying to figure it out.
I can already predict what the number 1 is.
Okay, go ahead and predict.
It would be At the Bar. Shoes.
Woo!
Oh,
That'd be my guess.
I'm not thinking.
Maybe
that.
I'm wrong.
So,
I don't think Clint voted
I
that,
bet you're
but in
wrong.
my
Shows-
mind,
I
yeah,
think it was
So-
a huge hit.
I think that was the fan favorite because
I like it
else,
too.
you got to fucking sit. Like like after all that standing, that's one thing. Like here,
Yeah.
have a game where you can sit for a little while.
Yeah.
all right. Best tournament game. Gak is correct. It is Shoes.
All right.
No,
Nailed it.
Unbelievable! Wow.
woo! You guys questioned. whether I was serious.
I question.
we balance each other, Carrie. I picked the worst game. You picked the best. Yeah.
Now, I did alter the settings. I did actually alter the settings quite a bit for Shoes, but because the game has a scoring cap
yeah.
on it, so I wanted to make sure that people did not hit that scoring cap. So I raised
Matt.
it. No, I raised it. I raised the scoring cap so that there would be more separation in the scores between the other players. I also increased the number of rounds because the default is 6, and I went on ahead and increased it to 9.
Wow.
For the same reason, I wanted more separation. So I actually made the game last longer than usual.
Wow, that's unusual for you.
And it was like the high score was like 40 or something, right? Somewhere around there.
It was
Like
really
38
cool.
or something. Yeah.
I can look it up.
I
It's
played
Great
like
fun.
twice, and I was behind Kalen and just watched where he did the trackball. And I'm like, oh, this is a good guy to have in front of me because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
How
How much power to give it?
Yeah, Daryl Bonnell had 40 points. Bradley Kalmar Bailey had 39. Sam McNear and Paul Vallejo had 38. Jody Katahara Stewart had 36. And then the scores go down from there, all the way down to Mark Shields with 4.
Attaboy, Mark.
I like that we know Mark.
Good
I
job,
don't remember
buddy.
the names of the
He
people who
was
got the
shooting for
lowest scores.
1.21, but they had
Yes.
a round between the nerds.
And Gak made it on the board with 8.
Woohoo!
That a boy, Gacky.
That was my
Poo.
one.
I might have beat you. on that one.
That's like the
Probably.
equivalent of my Donkey Kong score at Fun Spot, like 1600.
Samantha beat you with 9.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Zing. Oh.
I mentioned Addie. Let's see if here we go. The 11-year-old that was playing Addie got 13th place with 27 points. She said that was her game.
Wow.
She was absolutely excited about that, and that's what ultimately that's what made me put it in the top spots, because I started seeing the young players having so much fun with that particular game. That's they got their competitive juices flowing with that particular.
Was
game.
Addie Torn's daughter?
Addie
I think
Stewart.
Maybe it was Osver, Osver. I think it was his daughter, I want to say.
Thayer
sure.
and Jody.
Yeah, so Drewster's saying Oscar's daughter.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So,
I guess we should mention that all these scores, if you guys want to review them out there, they're on Auracade.
Yeah, AURCADE.com.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check out your score to everybody else's score, what you saw on the screen on the projected on the wall is just the website that you could actually check out and see where everyone was ranked and see all the scores and everything.
yeah, if you go to the main Orcade website, you'll see in the news feed, John McAllister posted a link to that particular event. So you can go right at the top of the page. You can click on the link there and it'll take you directly to the Grinkfest Aftermath. And you can check per individual, you can check per game, or you can check the overall standings. It's up to you.
Yep. Very cool.
Indubitably.
All right, so we on to the cheater story.
Yeah.
Yay. Wait, I'm not
I'm
ready.
excited. I
We'll
know
say
nothing about
so-called cheaters, right? Like,
Holy
So-called
shit.
cheaters.
The drama that surrounded this little fucking debacle.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll start out with this one a little bit. The guy who actually got first place on 720, what's his name again? He's one of the high score guys.
Ben Falls.
Ben Falls, there we go. So Ben Falls was making a comment saying like, somebody's got a top score in there that it's not possible to get unless you cheat. He's like, that's the
As
only
he starts pouting around Grinkers.
No.
But
He was
I'm not drinking.
He was a really cool guy, actually. I talked to him for a while. He wasn't like,
His chest out.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Never
Uh,
coming
Harumph.
back here and I'm never coming back and I'm never coming back
I
here
didn't
and
get a
not
harumph from that
drinking
guy.
I think
again.
that was his first time there.
This place sucks.
Yeah.
Does he drink? Yeah.
I think
Nothing
so.
but cheaters here.
Huh, I'm never coming back and not drinking again.
Should we say who had this crazy
So
score?
he said this score was like not even possible. So then
Yeah.
so Clint looked it up, and Clint, go ahead. You can go from there, right?
Well, I'm not going to point out specific names.
Okay.
Well, no, we'll call it out because like the thing is like I think I was the one who finally debunked the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Zyla.
So, yeah.
She's been on our show before, so she's
But-
a friend.
Yeah. So the score that was posted was somewhere in the neighborhood of 600,000 plus.
680,000, I think it was.
And like the high 300s or something like that is
Yeah.
world record level.
Twin Galaxy's world record.
And a few people came out saying that there's just no way you can get a score like that unless you do the cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, when Clinton told me this, I was like, well, let's go find Zyla. We couldn't find Zyla anywhere. And I was like, I watched Zyla play. I walked by her a few times.
She skipped town.
Yeah. So I was defending her. I was saying, no, she didn't cheat. I walked by her playing it and she wasn't cheating. She was just playing it normal. So
She was just cursing.
yeah, just yelling at it. And for people out there who don't know who Zyla is, she owns an arcade in Denver, Colorado called Hyperspace, which we've been to do a NAT tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was a blast. We had a good time.
Neat.
I was actually shocked she made it out, and she had such a good time.
Yeah.
Blown
She
away
was
to
a
see her
hoot.
there. That was crazy.
Yeah.
We had a drunken walk back to the hotel with her mocking.
Yes, we did. We did. She was fun.
Nice.
I was out in
Get
the
her-
smoker's corner with her a few times.
Yeah.
Nice lady. Nice
I
lady.
think she had a really good time.
I did
out
too.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Carrie, there was it Saturday night or Friday night? We bumped into her in the parking lot, and yeah, she looked like she was just having a blast. It was awesome.
She loved it. Yeah,
she's gonna open an arcade in Vegas. This is research, This is you gotta know what the competition is doing. Good ideas, bad ideas.
She even said that Steve plays the same music that she plays in her arcade. So we felt right at home.
It's the same station. It's a satellite
so
channel.
It wasn't. I knew that Zyla wasn't the type of person to do that either. I don't know her that well, but I know her enough that I think that I mean that's why I stood up for her. I'm like, this isn't her. She wouldn't do this. So Clint and me and I think Andrew and maybe Gak were like, let's just wait. Let's talk to Zyla. Let's talk to her and find out what the fuck's going on.
You put her in the back room with the light on her.
Yep. We're gonna take her toes out. We're gonna smash them with a hammer. Boom! You're lying.
Fucking Mel Gibson style.
It was like it was
Robert De Niro.
I don't even think she was playing many other games in the tournament. To be honest, it was just,
I don't even.
She was just
she was confused. All right, so I talked to her. I won't give the punchline away yet, but so I talked to her about the games, and she was frustrated because she thought she was only allowed to play each game once.
Oh, now
She
there's
didn't ask. She never played in the tournament before, and somebody was like,
didn't know the rules.
Yeah. So she didn't know the rules. So she was like, "Man, I've been sucking at these games, and like I'm putting up scores that I can do way better, but I can't figure out it's like." Got to put up that right score the first time. And I was like, no. Wait, if you beat your score by 10 points, raise your hand. You can, you can record any new score that's better than your previous score. So she's like, oh shit. So yeah.
Now you're telling me.
Now she knows. Yeah. So she thought it was like a one and done kind of thing.
No, yeah.
That would be a fucking awesome idea though for her turn.
That'd be hard.
That would be brutal.
Something. Yeah. Wouldn't it though? But
actually, Orange Whip brought that up there, and he was like, "We really should try doing that." He said that
we could try that, but I don't know. I mean, that also makes you not want to play the well.
Everybody,
but that wouldn't work
the
anyway.
The tournament lasts one day then.
Yeah.
Well, but
I don't think it'd be fun.
That won't work anyway because the thing is you could play a game and not raise your hand.
No, you'd have to. You'd have to do like a 2-hour window or something.
What you would do, right, I got it. I got it.
What you would do during this window, and that's it.
What you would do is you would have you wouldn't have 10 games or whatever, but you would have a lower amount, and you have one ref at every game, just stationed.
That's what I was saying.
There.
But you do them. You announce them right before you do them, and it's only like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 games at a time, and the ref is right there, and then you're like, okay, you have this 2-hour window to put your score up. And then you're done, and then it's on to the next game.
Everyone's got their
maybe
badge.
It's spread out over 8 or 10 hours or 2 days, whatever. But yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
We can keep.
It's
talking
an interesting
about
idea. Yeah.
But
finish the Zyla story. You got me.
Yes, right.
Well, but I was just thinking about games though. Like I remember Alpine Ski and Grinkfest 2. I put in fucking $40 in that game. It was so much.
So you love that game, and that's a game I don't like.
I fucking hate that game. No, I hate that game. But it was the only score that I could put up that was better than Kalen. I had to beat Kalen at Jungle Hunt, which I could not do.
Yeah.
So Alpine Ski is what got me to win the Tato tournament the second.
That was when we were actually trying to play.
Okay, so back to Zyla.
Anyway, so
let's finish the story about Zyla.
She had a high.
How's that teaser?
You guys got her with the
commercial break,
pulling on her fingernails. Admitted,
but ultimately, I think Nashville and Clinton went and found her, and they talked.
Well, no, wait. So the first thing Clinton is he pulled the score.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he yanked it. I forgot about that.
Score's gone. That was done. Right.
And I was like, oh, she's gonna be pissed.
She was gone. She was not in the arcade.
We couldn't find her.
And so I happened to be out back, and she was smoking there, and I bumped into her, and I was like, "So what's up with your score on 720?" And she was like, well, what do you mean my score on 720? And I was like, the 680 you put up on 720, did you use the B cheat? And she's like, what the fuck is with this B cheat thing that everyone keeps fucking saying? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. B cheat, what? And I was like, well, the thing where you get over the fence and then the bees can't kill you. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, well, so what was your score on 720? And she was like, I sucked balls at 720. I put up like a 68,000. And I was like, That is not the score that they registered. So
somebody added an extra 0.
A clerical error. But like you have to understand though, this is 3 hours after I first heard about it. So the whole place is a buzz with like fucking like knitting needle like ladies like telling fucking terrible stories about how there's someone cheating a game.
Yeah.
And everyone's all like, and I finally get the story, and it's like someone put an extra 0 on her score when they recorded it, and she didn't know better as far as like registering and like verifying the score. So she's like, she was just pissed because she fucked 68,000 is not very good.
Yeah.
So she was like, whatever, and she could play that game. So
That's about what my score was, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So all this hubbub, which was like a fucked up thing, which happens, was it Friday night?
That sounds right.
Yeah, but like this whole thing, and it was like Clint was all concerned about it, and I'm concerned about it because Clint was like, I don't want this game in the tournament because people can cheat, and I'm like, that cheat's really hard to do, and then Clint's like, someone fucking cheated at your game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Those were his exact words. Someone fucking cheated at your game. I'm sure you're quoting him there.
F word and all.
Yeah, that totally sounds like Clint.
I felt very
Little do you
responsible.
guys know he's a fucking gangster offline, man.
Yeah.
Just like throwing down shit.
He's also hitting me in the back with his fist in my chin, like someone cheated at the fucking game, bro.
Yeah.
Clint, you're all
Ash-
pissed on the floor, dude.
But I felt
Flashing
like
toes.
doubly responsible for this. A, because I fought to get 720 in the tournament, and B,
Yeah.
because Zyla's from my hometown.
Yeah, we're friends with her.
Like,
so
she's
we're
a friend.
oh.
So it's like, fuck.
It's so great that she said 68,000. You're like, wait, 680. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Someone, not Clint, obviously, put in an extra 0. One of his.
Or whatever digit it might have been, just an extra.
Yeah,
digit.
right. Well, yeah, whatever it was. But like either way, someone put an extra digit and they fucked up, and then she didn't know to verify the score. She's just like pissed off, be like, whatever. There's my 720 score. I guess I'm going home. So yeah, anyway, it was a lot of hubbub, but it turns
Over
out
nothing.
nobody cheated.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
I felt very happy to go tell Clint it was just a clerical error.
Yes.
Everything's fine. And now she knows she can go play the game again and get a better score. Which
there
she
you go.
did, I think,
actually,
right?
did she put up a better score at 720? I never even thought to follow up and ask that.
What's her name?
Zyla?
No, it was Miranda.
Was Miranda's? Yeah, I don't know if what she registered as.
It was Miranda, I believe.
But she was in the smoker's corner in the back.
Yeah.
She said, I never played a tournament. And then someone, I forgot who it was with, maybe Bardelli or somebody was like explaining, like, oh, yeah, there's 3 different ones going on. So I've never done a tournament before. So whoever probably didn't.
Miranda Duval.
There you go. Yep.
176,000.
So there you go.
There you go.
So she put up a
Yay.
much, much better score.
And what was
Anyway.
my score, by the way, Clint?
What was your score?
Look in the 60 to 80 range. I'm pretty sure that's where I was at.
Yeah.
Let's
I'll
see.
quote Andrew, a shitty loser score.
Oh, here you are. In the,
Sorry, dude.
sorry, you were you actually were a lot higher than you give yourself credit for. Let's see. Matt Hall ended up beating your score by 370 points.
Oh, one jump.
Oh, I guess I'm a world record level player then. Huh?
And you drink.
Yeah.
With your
And
mass
you have
to
most of your hair.
43,040 points.
53,000?
Compared to Matt Hall's 43,410 points.
Oh, 43,000. So So Matt Hall really sucks at 720. All right,
Apparently.
720 is in every future
Every tournament forever.
Same with Arkanoid Super Punch Out. Yeah.
Yeah, what are Matt Hall's worst? He's going to practice
Yes.
these games next year.
Cheyenne. Put Cheyenne
Yeah.
in there. He'll never get good at Cheyenne. Yeah.
Andrew, I don't know if you were
Yeah.
there.
Shoes.
That was
Yeah,
well, you were there
What things
next
you
to me,
can't
but I
play
don't-
on Maine? What can't
Yeah.
you practice on Maine?
Andrew, you were there
Baby
next to me, but I
Pac-Man.
don't know if you heard it. Like we were tending the bar after hours.
Yeah.
Friday night, and two of the high score guys, Ben Falls and another guy, I can't remember who it was. And I'm like, you better turn that score around on Three Stooges. Don't disappoint me. You can't let that much of a smackdown happen to you. They're just all laughing.
Shit, man.
I was the drunkest bartender ever.
Yeah.
But you broke fewer glasses.
Yeah.
Did you break a few?
Dude, I broke so many glasses.
Really?
Oh, no.
man.
Well, all right. So the glasses thing. Actually, Steve thanked me for this because he said he had too many glasses. I think he was just.
No,
Must be nice.
no such thing in the industry.
So what happened was, so it was. What's the night we were?
5 a.m.
Friday night.
5 Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
Steve and I were bartending, but like
You guys are animals.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday night we were there till 3. Thursday night we were there till 4, and then Friday and Saturday you were there till like 5 or 6.
Guys
Yeah.
are out of your
I couldn't
mind.
stay out that late. I was like 3. About 3, I couldn't go any
I
further.
can't leave.
No,
Mark
you,
and I
you,
left
you,
Friday
you had to
night.
get, you had to
leave
get back
until
to
it's
the
done.
apartment.
I think Necros gave us a ride back, Gak, right? One of the nights.
Thursday night, I think.
Yeah.
Friday
that was
night
nice.
we
Thank you,
walked-
Necros.
Yes, thank you, Necros. And then Friday night we walked back with Sila, I think, that night.
I feel like such a wimp.
Or the other way around. Maybe it was Thursday night we walked back. I don't
You
know.
are.
Closed it down every night. I don't know what you're talking about.
Buffett. Actually, Buffett, you win, but you weren't drinking.
And you show up at like, 5 in the afternoon freshly.
He's sleeping
You
all
just
day.
had like 8 hours of sleep.
But yeah, so it was the night. I thought it was the night that we were bartending, but I don't know if you remember, but there were empty glasses stacked up all over the dishwashing station. at the
Okay.
end.
Yes.
They were like super tall, and I just leaned over to hear someone talk because they're trying to scream over the music,
Right. Mhm.
and like my hip touched one of the glasses and it just dominoed.
Oh,
a bunch
shit.
of
Oh,
them in the
shit.
corner.
That had to have been after.
It wasn't.
No, we
it
left
wasn't even
the
like
same-
I'm like, oh, I'm fucking drunk and just like fucking throwing beers off the bar. It was like not like that. It was like you just touched one of these leaning towers of fucking Jenga, and shit's gonna break, and it happened.
I'm
Oh, we
pretty
did
sure
have-
he has some kind of setting, like the stereo gets one notch louder every hour.
It
during the
Just
day
seems,
and the night.
seems like it.
Until everyone's
Oh my
like,
God.
it's too loud here. I'm going home.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Pirates
That's
said
his-
that he brought new music, and
Yes.
there was new music on there. And
Oh,
Island Pirate was
baby.
singing
Oh,
36
baby,
songs,
baby.
always.
So Island Pirate, Steve let Island Pirate, who's actually he's not in the chat today, but like he let him have access to the playlist.
To add more
So
songs.
he was adding songs to
because there's
the
currently
Well, and he said-
64 songs in the.
He
the
said he had to
list.
review him with Steve, and Steve 86 a few, and then Island Pirate even 86 some because he's like, oh, they're talking about Eat and Snatch or whatever it might have been.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't remember what he said. He's like, there was some
I
foul.
remember a lot of those songs
language.
from the 80s.
Fuck the police.
The old,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
the old
the
Some
police.
NWA. just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Island
Nice.
Pirate was funny. He goes, because some of the workers here, I was talking to them like they want to kill themselves because it's the same fucking songs, 36 songs.
Oh, I know.
Well,
That's
If
why
you're
we
there
felt-
for a
That's
good
all
8
we-
or 10 hour shift, like
His wife
Yeah.
was playing
We
a
were.
shit. I think his
Let
wife
alone them.
was his wife the she had like long string blonde hair.
blonde hair,
So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was
One of
playing.
the-
She played
that
a
was
shit ton
Sarah.
of breakout. She was playing
Sarah, yeah.
breakout
She
like
was-
left
she
and
was
right. We
from
were
the
at
bronze
that machine a
tournament big
lot.
time.
No, one of
Yeah.
the
I think she was
bartenders.
super into all the Bronze Age.
One
It
of
was
the bar-
fun. It was fun. We were talking
Yeah.
strategy with that game. Yeah.
And one of the bartenders, or I think it was telling a story to Island Pirate about how while the music was going and he's been working there for a while, he just threw down his his rag or whatever and went, "Fuck this! I can't work here anymore. I can't handle listening to these songs anymore. I'm sick of this music. Fuck this place. I quit."
That's what he's talking about. He goes, they're going mental because it's the same track over and over, no variety.
Here's Final Countdown like 12 times.
Plus,
So
it's not
do-
their music.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up with it either. So they're
Well, no,
like,
but like we grew up with it, but it was grating on my fucking nerves.
I miss Separate Ways. I
a
didn't even
bit.
hear it. This,
But
So-
to be fair
I've never
though,
heard that.
like in years past, I don't remember that ever being an issue. It was this year that like the limited like something else was going on. Maybe it was the fact that Steve wasn't there the whole time or but I feel like that's you do hear like stereotypical 80s. I mean, that's to be expected, but I feel like this year it was like, for me at least, it was more noticeable, at least early on, that it was a very limited playlist. It was like a CD's worth versus like
It was better than a CD's worth, but
well,
yeah,
it's 64
it felt
songs.
that way.
Is what I was told.
Yeah,
But no, Island Pirate
Pirates said it
increased
was
it to like
36.
200 or something. So.
Yeah, 36. Yeah,
Is
that
it
sounds
36?
That's what Island Pirates said. He goes,
Was
he
it
had 36
36?
I thought
And
it was
then
It was the same
64.
36 songs. That's why we heard him so much.
No, it's not that many. It's more than that.
Yeah.
It was 64
I
songs.
mean, 36 times
Double,
5,
even
right? Well, so 3 times
64.
5 is 150.
or 3
that's
minutes.
what-
So
I
that's
thought
like
he
what,
told me.
3 hours?
Carry the
Or
one.
you're-
Ching.
Next time
Yeah.
next time Island Pirates here, we'll have him tell us what exactly.
Yeah.
how many it was.
Yeah.
Steve Art posted final countdown. Heard that
So-
one a few times.
10. Yeah. The Grinkers.
That it,
So
it-
loud.
the problem with that is that it almost when that happens, it's like a top 40 list that you hear on the radio. Like one of the reasons I don't listen to the radio much, but it almost ruins the song for you.
If you hear it too
Right,
much.
that's like 40 songs. So literally, it's like Steve top 40, and that's all we ever
Yep.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And wow, this is the only complaint we actually have besides the
I know, right?
four-way stick, but we're like kind of like four-way stick on our type, but like we're
Well, and I think that's why most of us, our voices were trash.
No.
You have to talk over the music when you're trying to have a conversation with people.
And I asked Steve to turn it down when we played blindfolded Frogger because nobody could hear the commands like turn left, up, down, forward,
So,
stop.
I did find out the trick to that. So yeah, I know where the amp is. I know how to get to it, and I can fucking
Okay.
Well, I remember when Arcade Radio did their live podcast, and the music was still going in the place. And I was like, why don't they turn the music down? Like you know, the guys are on. It was like,
oh man, they had it cranked up loud. Too.
Oh, I
It was
know.
earlier in the day. It was like early.
You know what it actually reminded me of with the music so loud? It reminded me of Grinkers 3 when it was me, Andrew, and Carrie
Yeah.
over by the Donkey Kong machines, and
Yeah.
it was like we're under one speaker, the loudest games, that row of Nintendo games, loudest Nintendo games ever. And I remember being like, I felt like I was about this far. It was me and Andrew like shoulder to shoulder. Carrie's like in front of us, like back to the bar, and I remember being like.
basically screaming at full volume at each other.
We're going.
Oh my
Clint.
God.
We're going full Clint. I can't hear you.
All we can hear is the music and fucking Xevious.
Right?
Well,
there were a
and
couple
Donkey
songs.
Kong. Yeah.
There were a couple songs that were extra loud.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, we just have to wait through this one because there's no way to talk through this particular song.
Yeah. I remember I also I had Clint, speaking of Clint, I can't hear you. He actually signed my my second place Rockola certificate. I can't hear you. I asked him to do but,
I don't
so
remember
that's on
that,
there.
but okay.
Yeah. It's all right. You're wasted, Clint, because you drink all the time.
With all those root beers.
Yeah.
Extra root.
Yeah.
Clint,
So that was-
I'm sure we've asked you this question before. Do you drink at all socially?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Yep.
No, you.
Sweet tea. Oh no, that's Buffett.
Yeah.
No,
Buffett's
you've.
here, I haven't heard
Yeah, I
him.
think
Yeah.
first time I was on the show, you asked me that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured probably I had asked.
It won't be the last, I guarantee it.
Because you forget. Yes.
Yeah,
One does. I mean, we chat to
alcohol
you
affects
once a
the
year.
memory.
Yep.
So Mean Green in chat reminded me of a story that I think some of you have already heard, but it's something that happened to me like at 8:00 on Saturday when the score thing.
I love that story.
The scores got shut down, because you can't put any more scores in, and they're tallying. I think Clint's in the back tallying it up. So it's my job to try to get the tables together and the chairs lined up. And I had some people helping me line stuff up and things. But anyway, there's really nobody over there except for one table had this family. It was a mom and a dad and 2 kids. They're sitting at the table, and it's right where we're going to do the award ceremony, right? And I got to get everything all set up in there for get the tables lined up and everything. So I'm like, oh shit. So I waited for them to finish. They ate their food, they leave, and there's no food there. There's nobody around anywhere. And I do see one jacket on a chair. So I'm like, okay, well, somebody's going to come back for that. So what I did was I arranged the chairs. I just lined up the tables with that table so it's connected. And I started lining up the chairs, and then some people came over to help me, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been Mean Green. I don't remember, but somebody took some of those chairs from that table, so it was only the one chair that had the jacket was still there, and the rest of the chairs were all starting to get lined up.
Oh.
So I'm standing there, you know, I'm like kind of move the tables around and stuff. And the lady comes up to me out of my right side and just starts yelling at me really bad, going,
"Oh shit!"
Yeah, she goes, "What the hell do you think you're doing? You think that we're just because we left that we're done eating here? You think you could just come in here and take our chairs and move our table around? Can't you see we're still here? Don't you see the jacket right here? What's wrong with you? God damn it!"
Wow.
And I was like, I started to shrink like in a cartoon, like,
hand up, Mark. Come on.
And I'm like, oh, I go, well, and she's just yelling at me, yelling at me. I go, well, I was trying to find you. I was going to ask if I, and she's just yelling and yelling. And she's gathering. Like,
bitch, don't you know I'm a fucking member here?
Yeah.
She's gathering up the baskets that are all empty. I don't know why she did that, but all she had to do was grab her jacket. But she's shaking her head and yelling at me and grabbing the stuff, and then she storms off and then yells at her husband, who happens to be taller than me, which sucked.
It's all your fault, Frank.
I was waiting for him to say something to me, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just stick to this area.
You give me a second. I'm gonna go find 34K.
Yeah, I gotta find someone as tall as that guy.
Or tall Paul. Yeah.
And I remember walking through, and I had to get more chairs in the back, and I heard her say to her husband, "That's the guy who did it. He's the one that took our chair.
It's
He ruined our whole arcade experience."
Yes. I'm like, oh my God, settle down. God.
The power of Christ compels you.
I was trying to explain to her, like, we're gonna have an event here. You know, there's plenty of tables in the back. I'll help you move. It's just, you know.
You should have told me like flip your badge around. I went, do you see this shit?
Look, I'm a host.
Yeah, that's right. You're a member.
I'm in charge.
Oh, I felt like such an asshole.
Oh.
You're banned.
Yeah. I was like, is she gonna go yelling at
like Steve's like
Steve?
favorite local?
Yeah, like this asshole moved our stuff.
Andy.
I didn't touch her jacket. I didn't touch her jacket. I didn't touch her table. I just lined up the table with hers, but it was enough to set her off, man. If she had a
you
gun,
crossed the line, pal.
If she had a gun, she would have shot me. That's how like angry people are out there. I thought this was Idaho. Everyone was nice, not you.
No,
she's obviously a California
you basically
transplant.
you shit talk potatoes.
She came from California because that's how Californians act. Everyone's
maybe
so
Southern Californians.
Yeah,
she's a Southern California.
Yeah.
If you had said anything about
Californians.
potatoes, she would have maced you.
I'm from California. I was born here, and everyone here is an asshole. Except for you, Carrie.
Again, no, we're
Except for
talking.
you, Gak.
Well, see, Northern California versus Southern California.
No, they're all buttholes. You know it.
No.
Buttholes.
No, I lived down in LA for a while. That was
Yeah.
that was different. Jim's experience there.
Anyway,
The anger on the roads.
there's a lot of angry people here that just want to shoot you. So
There's a lot of freeway there. It's
yeah,
understandable.
so yeah, that was my adventure with that. That was pretty funny. But
Yeah. I wish I had seen it.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa.
Some people did. I think 2 or 3 people that were standing around me saw it
shortly after. And I'm like,
Yeah, I was
They
like,
would
oh,
hand her a
fuck.
tampon.
Yeah.
I just
Jesus Christ.
I just got so yelled at. I felt like like an abused child.
Here, don't light the string on
man.
fire. Have a nice
my
day.
God. Somebody lit her wig.
Necros said he was a witness. He saw it.
It kind of would have been funny to see. Wished I was.
Too bad he
there.
didn't pull out his
bust
iPhone
out the
and-
camera.
and
Yeah,
film it.
No,
that.
actually, that would have been great if Buffett had shown up with his shirt on, the bikini shirt.
Oh my
Like,
God, that was
whoa.
awesome.
Take
Excuse
it
me, young
easy.
lady, can I help you?
Yeah. Would you like some sweet tea?
I watched Mark get yelled at, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
We have people like
Necros
that.
Necros thought she was joking and then realized she wasn't.
We have people at MagFest like that once in a while. Some of the staffers will come up to me and be like, you need to go talk to that dude over there. He's, being whatever, yes or no. And I walk over and, sir, are you having any issues? And they look at me and they start to say something and they're like, no, sir.
I bet.
Yeah.
Do you have your prescription on hand? Yeah.
Should have grabbed Buffett when this happened. Talk to him.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick shout out. A quick shout out to Damien. He went out of his way to bring these cans. I think he gave Andrew one and myself one.
Yep.
We shared one night.
We did it at the
Yep. Post-op meeting, whatever. Yeah. So
Post-op
thanks, man.
meeting, nice.
Yeah.
It was kind of recovery.
Yeah.
Buffett bouncer.
When Seabart wasn't ripping it up in the room.
Yeah.
Fucking Seabart.
Fucking Seabart. He's the only person I know that can actually plug a toilet by urinating in it.
That was you.
Oh,
that was 100% you. If some you shit in it, you broke it.
Nope, you're getting blamed for it.
No. Air travel, multiple time zones, plus beer. Trust me, there's no way anything that came out my arse. There's no way that anything that came out my arse plugged that 3-inch
It's like
frame.
3:30 in the morning. I'm fucking drunk. I just want to take a shower and go to bed. And he fucking Seabart quick zips in the bathroom and takes a leak right before I'm about to hop in the shower. And I walk in and I'm like, dude, it's overflowing. There's like toilet water all over the floor. I'm like, I'm not stepping over this to get in the shower.
He's like, I've been saving up all day.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. The best part
that's
of
a
this,
shitload of piss. Yeah.
The best part about
It's
this
a
entire
shitload
thing
of
is
piss.
I go back down to the desk and say, hey, I need a
At like 3:30 in the morning.
At 3:30 in the morning, I go down to the front desk and say, hey, our shitter's clogged. It's like, oh,
Shitter's
okay.
clogged.
Shitter's full.
And they deliver 2 towels and a plunger.
Yeah.
Say, good luck.
Well, Seabart hadn't even shown up yet. I get a knock at the door. I'm like,
Merry
open the
Christmas,
door, and
the
there's a lady
shitter's
with
full.
like a lady
plunger
standing
in
there
a
with a
fucking
plunger in a plastic bag, and she's like, "Here, somebody ordered this in your room."
I
I'm like,
can't
oh.
wait.
Like,
for
no, I
our
ordered the toilet
Christmas special.
fixed. I'm not getting paid to plunge a freaking toilet.
Yeah.
I went to the desk, asked, hey, we need
There's
the
like
toilet,
he looks like
toilet's fucking.
maintenance.
So
Then I go outside to vape and come back up and say,
I know where
she
you're going,
fixed the
Chris.
toilet?
Yes. They must love my room number. This is the first night. Oh shit. We get there at like 2 in the afternoon at Grinkers, and we're like, okay, what can we do to help organize stuff? And it was like, well, it's kind of a waiting game. No shirts, no hats.
Yeah,
and,
we went through some stuff and checked out inventory.
We're just like, okay,
what had
everything's
arrived
here
and-
except for that stuff. And
Yep.
oh well, let's go park it at the bar and have a beer. So from like 2 p.m. to like 3 a.m., it was pretty much solid drinking
Nonstop.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were drinking the tall boys.
And we
That
talked,
first
and when
day.
we
Oh,
walked down
Lord.
to the hotel, I was like, okay, well, I assume we're gonna take a break later. We'll stop at the grocery store, grab some snacks, have them back at the hotel.
That
water,
didn't
whatever.
happen, did it?
No, it didn't happen. We get back to the hotel
Albertsons
at
closed when we walked by. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it closes at like 7:00 or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's
Like
stupid.
it's super.
yeah, they were up the sidewalks.
It's made for
Oh,
seniors
yeah.
that go to bed at like 6 o'clock. Yeah.
so we're back at the hotel at like 3 or 3:30, I think.
It was 3:30. Yeah.
I'm like, fucking Andrew, I'm so fucking hungry. I'd pay $50 for a hot pepperoni pizza right now. I don't care how we get it, just $50. So he's like, really? And so he's all, fuck it, I'll call the front desk.
That sounds like a great
So
idea.
Andrew calls the front desk and he's like, hey, this is a long shot, but is there any way you guys can make a pepperoni pizza and bring it up here or get one? And I can hear the person laughing at you from across the room.
They laughed at you so hard.
At you,
I was like, yeah, I knew it was a long shot.
Yep.
It could have saved my life, but
My friend's dying over here. He needs a pizza or he's dead.
Oh my god.
I just
Three nights
remember.
later, shitter's clogged.
Yeah, well, I just remember you saying pizza, and it's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, my eyes lit up like,
Yeah.
oh.
Gas station.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's like, grab that phone, hit 0. What's the worst that could happen?
You're eating a
Yep.
7-Eleven pizza if it's that late.
Right?
Getting laughed at. That's the way that can
Yes.
happen.
I'll take it and
It's
laugh
gas
at it.
station time.
Yeah.
If there's like a 5% chance we could
Wait,
have
you guys wouldn't be,
I
have
think
any
I
way to
said,
cook it,
like,
though.
if we were in like Vegas or something, no
Oh,
problem.
no, they
We would have had to get other
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to.
You're gonna
They'd have
get
to get other
combos
stuff.
pizza.
Or hot
I got
pockets if they had.
stranded
If
at
they
the
had.
Vegas airport for 2
You get-
hours, 3 hours.
You're gonna get Pringles pizza and deviled egg or hard
See,
boiled
that's
eggs.
what's good when I
Yeah,
used to-
the hot pockets pepperoni pizza. You could have. Yeah, I think they had microwave.
Did
them,
you
but
guys?
could've-
Yeah, did you have a
Lava
microwave?
hot.
Yeah.
There might have been a microwave in there, but like
Yeah,
we
I
weren't
can't
we weren't
remember.
leaving that room. I mean, like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
had to get delivered.
Yes.
And I was gonna say too, like that next morning, it might not have been Seabart's shit. It might have been, or my Seabart's piss. It might have been my
What the
we took turns like dominating the toilet, and then he goes. Andrew gets up and he's like, "Oh no, oh no!" Like, he closed the door, and I hear he's just blasting the toilet. Oh shit! And Elsa laughing.
I felt like Dave from Buffalo. I was like, "Ooh, that's not a fart."
Yeah.
I ran in the bathroom and just.
And there's no fan.
Oh, no.
There's like,
And boom goes the dynamite.
It's like a BB gun with a CO2 cartridge.
boom?
I feel
Wow.
really.
I might have coated the underside of the toilet seat.
Oh no!
For sure.
It was
One of those jerks.
all right, but the thing is, there's no way in hell that clogged the toilet. That was
No,
just
no.
beer,
There's
basically. It was brown colored beer coming out of my ass.
It wasn't 6 gallons of piss.
Nothing I put into that toilet that weekend it would have possibly clogged that damn thing.
Seabart lost 20 pounds that night.
I thought he looked skinnier.
Oh, well,
Nice.
I'm not skinny.
He's on a liquid diet.
No, this is
He's bulimic.
Paper to Drink Fest 7 years.
I thought you looked less large. There you go.
Oh,
Oh, I have been working out.
yeah, it's a urine-based diet.
One.
Excretar. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what was the best
Bart,
though
I
is that
wanna-
every
I wanna
night,
leave you-
almost every night, all but one night, I picked up pizzas from the gas station.
Really?
What were they? Red Barons, I think.
Yep.
And every night I'd get down to like there would be like 2 slices left, and we'd be going to bed because we knew that Andrew was coming back. I'm like, no, let's let it out here just in case that he gets back. And every morning there'd be like a crust left. And it was like Santa came and
it was
he
like
ate the
leaving out milk
cookies
and
that were.
cookies for
Yeah,
Santa.
milk,
If-
milk,
yeah.
milk and
If it had
pizza.
been 2 slices of pizza and a beer, it would have been like fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And then the beer, it'd be done, and you'd be like, "Oh, Santa was here."
It was so damn funny. I'd come
That's
down
so
like
funny.
the next day, and I'd be like, "See, I told you."
Yeah.
There's just a little
Pizza claus.
Leave out beer and pizza.
Yeah.
Beer
Just some
claus,
crumbs.
pizza claus.
Yep. It was great. Yeah. I'll say
thank
like
you
this,
both,
this was the year.
actually,
This was
very
the year that I didn't. I mean, we've adjusted to the never twos, but I didn't have any sort of a hangover this year. I just lost it's like Carrie was saying, I lost my voice, and I felt like it was the same thing. I think with a lot of you guys, where I felt like no matter how much water I chugged, it was like my body wouldn't absorb it. It's like nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Like
Too hydrated on alcohol.
This was no. This is our coldest year, and so I think we were
Was,
touching
yeah.
the winter
Yeah.
of
super dry.
the
Yeah.
high
Oh.
plains, which is what Idaho is. So basically, they're fairly high altitude. So when we're there and it's like summer, you get almost like a monsoony kind of feels. So some moisture in the air, and it's not as bad. But this was like winter.
Yeah,
My
super.
Here.
God, Gak
Yeah.
and I
It's
walked
so
back.
dry.
Yes.
Gak and I walked back from the bar. Was that Thursday night? I think.
I think you said Thursday was the coldest.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Yeah.
Gak and I left at like 4:30, I think it was, in the morning, and
Yes.
we were
Pussies.
walking
That's right.
fast, and
Seabart
was behind us, and we were all really pretty hammered. So, but
Yeah.
I'm walking behind Gak, and Seabart's behind me. We're like a choo-choo train, walking
Yeah.
fast like this.
Yes.
To the room, walking really fast.
I'm
He's
like,
like, "Mark, I'm
oh
drafting
God,
you."
it's freezing.
I was in
It was-
shorts.
It was like 28, 28 or
You had
27.
pants on, Miles.
It was below freezing for
Yeah,
sure.
it was 28
yes.
or 27 degrees.
Yeah.
It felt like, or something.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I was like, "Oh shit, it's fucking cold."
Yes.
And we're like walking as fast as we could to the hotel. And then we finally made it. We're like, oh shit, it's fucking cold.
Yes.
I bet you slept
so
well that night.
That's just a regular spring temperature. We're up here in Canada. So.
And I turned
I don't know what
around
you
and
guys
Steve
complain
Art
about.
disappeared. We're like,
Yeah,
where'd
we're
Steve
like,
Art
did we
go?
lose him or what? Yeah.
And Gex
He's
all fuck
naked.
him. I want to go to sleep.
He'll find his way back.
He'll find his way back.
We kind of split like right after
Yeah.
the bank. That's right there. Like it's like this is a direct path, and they're like walking this
It
way.
was so cold.
He's streaking. It's like it's so hot out. Why are you
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what's great,
Yeah.
the hotel has free water there. So I just loaded up on water right there so I could be
Right.
hydrated.
Most places do have free water.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Well,
Tap water.
I know what you
Well,
mean though. The big ice water thing
Yeah,
in the
they put
lobby
like
area. Yeah,
they
yeah.
put cucumbers in
Just
it.
give me
and
shit.
well,
And the life-saving coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
to
So
me, the when I knew it wasn't because of drinking, it was because of the dry air. To speak what the point that Andrew made is when I was flying back home, and the people next to me on the plane were from the Bay Area, and the gal was talking to her husband about how chapped her lips are, and I'm like, yep, and
Totally.
like I
yeah.
know that they didn't
Yeah,
have the
my
weekend.
cheeks are chapped.
Yeah.
It's like a big
I
circle
had
of chapped.
I had rashes on both my hands, and the fingers
Yeah.
were split bleeding
Mhm.
because it was so
Oh,
dry.
yeah.
Up.
Oh, yeah. I was putting on hand cream every night, and my hands
Right.
still got. But yeah, your
Jack was
hands
putting on
looked really
Vaseline,
owie.
but nothing
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah.
Check your cuticles because those are the ones that usually go on your.
Well,
Like, everyone's lips are chapped by the end of the weekend. We're like,
For sure.
ah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
like razor blades. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to eat a lemon. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
on Saturday, I'm eating breakfast at the Hilton. My food's just finished the stuff I picked up, waiting for my pancakes to get done, and my nose starts bleeding on me. I had to run back up to the hotel room and fix it.
Fuck.
Like that,
Someone
it's
else's nose
dry
bled.
air.
I was sitting with somebody. Oh, I know. I was sitting with Paul and Tiffany, and we are just sitting there talking, and then all of a sudden his nose just started bleeding. I'm like, oh shit.
Dry air.
So yeah, I ran to the bar and got him some paper towels and stuff, and so did his girlfriend. They're a nice couple too, by the way.
Well, you know it's cold this year because I didn't see Ken House with any sleeveless shirts this year.
No,
Oh,
Yeah, he
I
wore.
left the sleeves on. Yeah, it was chilly.
Yeah.
that's cold.
He was trying to keep the guns warm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm like,
I gotta get to
something's
bed,
off here.
guys.
Oh,
All
right.
Nashville.
Thank you so
Good
much
night.
again for all your help and
Yes.
hard work
Yes.
this year.
Yeah.
You're a fucking machine. Amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks
Yep.
for having me on the
Yay.
show,
Good
guys.
job,
Yay.
man.
Yep.
Hey.
anytime. Yeah, it's fun.
And big shout out to Steve as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
And his
This couldn't
staff.
have happened without him.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
it could have, but he would have. He probably
Yeah,
kicked
he
us
may not
out.
have been too
I'll
happy
shut
about
up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be kicked
There
out
is
at like
that.
10.
Tan. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
he's
man.
out.
That was
I guess. Yeah, that was, he's just like, nah, fuck it. Yeah. I
I'm
don't.
outta here.
I don't linger.
Yeah.
Peace
I
out,
don't
Bill.
drink.
I didn't go home at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
once
I
it-
give you guys
so-
a lot of credit. I can't believe you guys stayed out that
No,
late.
you go home. What time do you leave, Dave? You leave like at midnight or something, right?
No, that's why I said you guys got the OLD syndrome. I can't believe you're even doing it. You know, like Thursday I was exhausted because I was tired from before I even got there because I was
Yeah.
exhausted. So I went to bed at 11, and then I got Bardelli coming in at like 3. And he doesn't come in quietly. It's like he falls through the front door. And he told me that night, he was walking around by the hospital in the back. He goes, I was walking around for like an hour. I couldn't find the hotel.
Oh my God.
He's like lost in the little
jeez.
subdivision. And then he comes in and I hear boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh, and I slept. And then all I hear is going, I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
I'm like the nicest, like quiet. I try to be so quiet. I don't want to wake up Keith because I know he goes home
He's
at like
sensitive,
midnight.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like tippy toe. I do the loudest noise I try to make is the key card, beep. I slowly open it up. I creep open the door.
So how's it in the morning with Keith, Mock?
Yeah,
He gets up at like 7 in the
all
morning, like,
chipper.
great, top
Yeah.
of the morning. Woo!
I tippy
Like a jumping jack.
No. I tippy toe to the bathroom. I bring in my thing. I brush my teeth and get ready in there. And I try to be super quiet. And then I slink into bed all quiet. and I hear Keith's just like quiet, sleeping. In the morning, I wake up to see if we're gonna go to breakfast, and it's like 9:30. I look, he's there. I fall back asleep. I wake up at 10. I look, and he's gone. So it's like he takes off to go get breakfast downstairs without me. He doesn't wake me up. So, and then
he's also the same person that's able to make it to Albertsons on time. Because he's such a fucking morning bird.
His room has snacks.
Yeah, well, I remember he goes, "Oh, you came home at 4:30. I see." It's like, oh shit. Wake him up.
Sorry, Dad.
Man.
He wakes up.
Here's a list of chores to do today, honey.
But he
wash
doesn't.
that toilet.
I don't know if I'm happy that he doesn't wake me up, but because in the morning, I don't get breakfast. Like there's a couple times I didn't get breakfast in the hotel because it's after 10 o'clock. They don't serve it. So I had to go to that griddle place, which
I just wound up doing Mickey D's breakfast sandwich.
I'm excited about Joe Mama's. I'm going back there next year if that place is still there.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
Fuck, that was amazing. Yeah,
Joe Mama's.
It was a suitable replacement. It's not the same as Famous Dave's, but I'll take it.
What's
of all the places that we went to? Yeah,
that was the best. Yeah, so this was Joe Mama's is where Famous Dave's used to be. So we mourned that, but we went. But it's a breakfast lunch place. So, but the downfall is it closes at 2. And for those of us who
every place
just a wee bit later, it's
there are no night owls in Idaho. Yeah,
no,
or at least Eagle, Idaho. Yeah.
There's no cars or anything that late.
There's, So actually making it to breakfast before 2 wasn't something that was really happening on a regular basis. But when we had checkout at 11 on Monday, it had to happen. So
yeah,
I got.
Oh, you guys were lucky. You guys
really
got breakfast.
Breakfast, yeah.
Well, Steve and Keith and I went to the airport. That was fun.
Well, everyone's first meal is breakfast, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever time of day it might be. Food.
No, we know you love the breakfast food.
I do like breakfast food.
So next time,
especially with a hangover.
Right.
Yeah.
Next time we'll
I'd
try to.
breakfast
Well,
today at
if we
3
make it,
o'clock.
if we get out of the door before say like 12:45, 1, we'll go to Joe Mama's.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
As long as someone's not trying to make their own sweet tea, Buffett.
Yeah. Mental note about the Boise airport: TSA does not open that place until like after 4 o'clock when they're supposed to. So don't bother getting there before 4 o'clock.
Oh, if you have a morning flight.
Oh, ouch.
Shit.
Yeah, I got there at about 3 and waited around for about an hour and a half because they didn't open it until like 4:30.
They don't know what a red
flight?
eye is.
Yeah.
What time was your flight?
It was 5, a little after 5 o'clock. 5:10. So
They
not a
didn't-
lot of time to get there and get to the gate.
Your departure was at 5:10, or was that boarding?
Boarding.
All right, so
I'd
your
have to look.
departure was probably like 5:40 something, and
probably
they didn't
5:30, 5:40. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, but well, shit, yeah, they don't fucking.
I've never known of any airport to just close.
No, they do. They don't open that security because there's usually like one flight that leaves or 2 that leave so early. They're not open 24 hours. Like there's no one at the TSA thing where you're gonna go.
Dulles
through.
don't close. You can get in there pretty much any time, day or night. Yeah.
Well, hot damn.
An airport that has international departures sometimes stays. Dulles does have international, I believe.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they might have a bigger window.
Yeah,
That's like a rule, though. You don't ever put a leave Grinkfest in a morning early flight. Always get like a noon one.
When what
I didn't
was
have a choice. Mine was paid for, so I had.
was this Sunday or Monday?
It was Sunday. It was 5:40 depart. 5:40.
That's
I did
awful.
that. I
know.
did that. I did that almost exact same flight. My first
Fuck that.
year, for Grinkers 3. Never again.
No.
Yeah,
I remember
flying
Joel-
on Monday's a good.
remember
My
Joel one
chatty
time.
taxi driver. Ugh.
Yeah, Joel was super hungover and he left at like 4:30 or something like that. Or
Well, I pulled an all-nighter. I'm like,
Nine.
there's no fucking point in me going to sleep for 2
Sure.
hours.
You ended up
I said
watching,
goodbye to Seinfeld while I
Seinfeld,
packed.
yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, yeah, there's no point. I'm going to be extra groggy. And then I'm like, all I want to do is just like, I'm so hungover. Like the hangover is just starting to kick in because I didn't go to
You're
sleep.
still
Like,
drunk, but yeah.
I can kind of feel it. And I at that time I took a lift or not a lift. I took a taxi because the hotel called one or whatever. It's before like Uber and Lyft were a big deal, and I get this, and it's one of the drivers that feels obligated to chat. And I'm like, fuck, it was the longest like 20 minutes of my life. I can just picture I had my head leaning up against the window in the back seat, and I just was like miserable.
I wish my Uber guy would talk. He didn't talk for shit, and it was the longest 20 fucking minutes.
Oh man, I've come to really appreciate, like, honestly,
because he can't speak English. That's why.
Oh,
he speaks Canadian.
Hey now, Canadian.
He spoke fluent English. He didn't have a problem with it. He didn't want to talk. He just drive. That's all he wanted to do.
Sometimes you don't want him to talk.
Yeah, like most of the times I've come to really appreciate like Uber and Lyft drivers when I'm flying back. Normally when I fly back from California and it's late, I get it could be 11 or midnight when I'm on my Uber or Lyft coming back. And honestly, all I want to do is it's great when they just turn the music on and they don't say much. It's actually, there's been a couple times where it's been like someone will start talking. I'm like, no offense, but I'm really tired and
I'm a dick.
not too chatty. Yeah, I'm not too chatty.
all I want to hear out of them is, would you like a water? Yes, please.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Would you like this Big Mac burger? Yes, please.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
I took an Uber from Grakers back to the hotel when I had that Spy Hunter control panel because it was too fucking heavy. And then I went back, I dropped off at the hotel or whatever, showered, or I don't know what the hell I did. But then I would go to Albertson and the same Uber driver's in there buying shit. I go, hey, Uber. I'm like,
hey, your first name's Uber, right?
Uber man.
Yeah. He's the Uber man.
And you're one of them. And you're
Uber man.
Like, oh yeah, hey man. What's
Only
up?
my friends call me that.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, that's my middle name.
That was actually, I think, Necros.
That's my surname. Yeah,
actually, and we should shout out too. So Brian Frober did a whole bunch of driving around.
Yeah,
for all of us. I know that he went out to the airport and failed to get Seabart.
Yeah,
but he was still out at the airport for like 3 hours.
That
not only that, he helped a lot.
He helped out
just Grakers too.
Yeah, for sure. So,
yeah, he did.
Yeah, Fruber.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Fruber.
He helped me set up the chairs for the for the awards at the end.
Yeah, but he scuttled away when that bitch went after you with the fucking table or coat.
He should have recorded it, so in case she did anything, we'd have evidence of it.
So he gets sit back and just be like,
World star. This is funny.
And he also drove to get the PA system, and that never got picked up.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. That was
yes. There's someone else we have to thank, is that lady for saving our voices.
Yes. We could talk about that real quick.
Aviana's mother, right? Aviana,
we didn't have a PA system for the awards show or the picture taking.
No, and Gak and Brian and I went out for a drive to a place that had a PA system. It had two, and they both were rented out that day.
Yeah,
jeez.
So we drove all the way the fuck out there, thanks to Brian, and got there and
killed about 45 minutes.
Yeah, right before the picture.
And Aviana's her dad. For people who don't know who Aviana is, she's been since Greenfest 1. She's been going every single year, and we've watched her grow up over the years. Her and her dad have been coming, and the dad actually reached out to me as I was flying back, and was bummed that we didn't make it out to his pinball room that he's built.
Yeah,
because he wanted us to come check it out. So maybe if he still has it next year, we could check it out. But he's got about 30 games in this giant warehouse kind of room.
Nice.
Of just pins. And it's part of a pinball club that he's starting up. So I thought that was really cool.
Adam from Arcade Radio went. Is that who he went to see?
He did. He went right after the pictures. But we left to go to B-Dubs, Buffalo.
And you left me back at Grinkers, you jerks.
I didn't leave you. The plan was to leave right after the pictures. I don't know where you went.
So someone went back to grab Buffett.
He was
and
too busy
no one came
plugging
back
the toilet with his pee.
That was later that night. Come on, you.
Should have just stayed out there and go with this because we all were like, okay, who's gonna come? And then we left.
It's a little bit of chaos because people are going different directions. For
some people didn't go. Like I don't think.
Yeah, we were
Keith
also
didn't
organizing
go, I
like
don't
25 different people were going to that fucking.
Oh my god, we had a lot of people, and Chance went, and
whole Canadian arcade crew.
Yep.
It was
that's
a
probably
nice,
what
Crafty
broke
was
the
there.
transmission.
Time Runner Sam. And,
it was a nice
there.
tight ride back.
Yeah.
Does Necro
We
there?
technically had one
Brian was
more
there.
person.
Yeah, and then
Damien was there.
Damien, yeah.
Yep. Time Runner and his wife were there.
Yep. So, and it took forever to get our food. I think we waited an hour and a half.
Yeah.
At least.
While all these other tables were getting their food that came after us.
I totally was in the running to win the tournaments, but I couldn't get my last scores in because of that. You know, so
record.
Yeah, you would have won. You would have won, right?
Yeah. I was gonna reclaim my title from the Greenfest 1.
I don't know. It was so bad. I don't know if we'll go back again to that place. I was so mad at them for how shitty the.
We could find wings.
It sucks that there isn't something like super close, like in the parking lot to walk to.
Bodacious is one block up.
That was
they were They were understaffed for sure. That's all.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
We also
we'll have to rethink it
top,
for future. Because that was disappointing. I mean, what's nice about it is it's big and it can there's like, large tables, like you can't crash just any place when you have, 25 people or whatever number we have. So it has to be a large restaurant, but they failed big time.
Big time failed. I don't know what happened. They
it was
just
probably
forgot us. My food was cold and I got the wrong order, and Crafty Mech got my order and his food was warm. So I was eating his cold food.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, it was like all of us were on the same tab.
Yeah.
So it was like you and I and Gak, Keith.
They vary so much from one place to the other, though. Like every B-dubs I've ever been to has been like extremely different, like very different. Like you can't. It's not like a McDonald's. So. Like and the ones around me, we have really good luck with.
But with wings.
Yeah.
The B-dubs near me, like me and Carrie always have, like for the most part, have really good luck. The one that in Lodi was amazing.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the best damn B-dubs.
They made they like the quickest service, but then like we were sitting near the bar and they were some of the best Long Island iced teas I've ever had. They're just super friendly, and then Santa
those
Clara,
ones we had that were just like fucking pure booze. Those Long Islands. Where was that?
Yeah.
Was that in Eagle? There was like some place
where it was all lemon, where they fucked it up at Barrel 55.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't know how to make them, and it was just lemon.
That was that Barrel. Right. Yeah, exactly. Barrel 55 that went out of business. That ended up. But the food was
good. We actually
good.
send them back. We're like, these are the worst Long Island. And they're like, oh no, you just like they couldn't believe the bar, and then they sipped one. They're like, oh, this is shit.
Yeah,
it's undrinkable.
Oh, that's terrible.
You couldn't like. It's rare that I'll send something back. Like I'll still like. I'll be like, well, this isn't very good. But
did they just not measure it out right, or what?
Yeah, they didn't know how to make it.
Yeah,
they didn't know how to make it. They didn't know how to make a fucking. What bartender doesn't know how to make a fucking Long Island iced tea?
One that only serves beer usually.
Right. Yeah.
That's not a bartender though.
No, I know, but you know that happens. So yeah, we got to think of a new place to go because that was a big disappointment. I didn't want to wait. That really sucked up our whole day.
It did. It
between that and Barrel 55 and Famous Dave's shutting down, it's like nothing stays in business out there.
No, look at all the businesses have closed around Steve over the years.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
A ton of them. That Munchies ice cream yogurt, whatever it did.
There's still a Mancheese, which I love.
Oh, Mancheese, Mancheese.
This was one of those that's on the corner right over here by me. But Mancheese, which just sounds delicious.
I guess Legos are still popular.
Although they've moved down a few spots.
Weird.
Yeah, they moved down a bit, and Steve took over
they can't handle his music coming through the fucking wall.
Maybe
scaring the kids.
Take over that next door and put some fryers and shit over there.
We have to hear Cherry Pie one more time.
their staff turnover.
That'll be it. Yeah.
I'm killing somebody.
I'm sticking this little sword in my neck.
But overall, it was a really fun trip, and
of
it
course.
was a really good time.
Drunkest. Was there a specific one drunk guy who was funny or anything like?
Well, that one we had, Jack
AJ,
filmed. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty
so
funny.
He's won it.
There's
He was
a few
embarrassed
people-
about it.
Yeah, a few people in the chat are Necros for sure, bringing him up.
Who
So his handle is AJ2. I think his name is actually Adam.
Adam, yeah.
Where's he? Is he from Canada?
He's Canada, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So Wednesday, right? So the story we heard was he showed up at the airport on Wednesday, and he had a couple friends he was meeting up, but they weren't going to get there for another 2 or 3 hours. So he just parked it in the bar at the airport and had like 6 beers before even getting to Grinkers. And then just continued, going on. And I think it was Island Pirate.
He must be new.
Island Pirate came. No, actually, I remember seeing this guy, and other people had pointed him out. And Dave, I'm pretty sure you pointed him out a couple years ago. You're like, this guy is hilarious, man. He's just like nodding off, like passing out, falling asleep, sitting up or whatever. You don't remember that, Dave?
No.
I swear it was you.
It might have been.
Anyway, so yeah, so the
Oh wait, we talking? Oh no, that's my buddy. I'm sorry, shit. Adam from Toronto.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Backward. I saw him. I forgot. Yeah.
So you nominated him a couple years ago. I remember that. You
did?
were like, yes, I swear. You were like, this guy's hilarious. Did anybody see him? Like he's like nodding off. Like he'll just go park it somewhere and just like start nodding off. Yeah. Anyway, so.
It's funny. It's not. I can't believe I forgot. I introduced him like this is my friend. He gets drunk as shit. I introduced him.
Yeah.
I was talking. He gets hammered, super hammered. That's what I call it. He goes, well, I don't know how could Dave with an introduction like that? How do I?
And I'll be honest, I never even talked to him or met him. I've seen him there for like the last 3 years. I want to say
coming to vacation.
And every time I see him, it's like late at night, and it's like, hey, there's somebody hammered. Like. He's like,
he's a super nice guy, Adam. Yeah. And it was funny because he was at the Boise airport on Sunday looking for a bottle of wine because it was Thanksgiving the day after the Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's new to me. I'm like, do you guys have turkey? He goes, yeah, Dave, we have turkey.
There was I always forget the guy's name, but there was another contender, or I thought
Andrew.
Slackmo.
So he goes by Slackmo.
Oh shit! The tie stories.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
God.
I'm thinking
he was definitely second place, man.
Yes.
He was fucking hammered on Friday night.
Yeah.
I had
Thursday
about
night.
an hour and a half.
Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah. I saw some pictures on his phone.
Yes.
So Slackmo was
can't
hammered?
remember the guy's
What it
name.
looks like.
No,
Yeah.
I-
So
I probably talked to him.
he talked to me quite a bit on Thursday, but there was a dude, and
He's a bro.
I keep forgetting his name, but he reminded me a lot, appearance wise, of Patrick. He was wearing a red hat.
that's
He had,
Bardelli. That's Scott Bardelli.
That
You
dude is
talked about
fucking lit every night
Yes.
that I saw him. Like,
that was
complete- like
Dave's
he couldn't
roommate.
even stand almost.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
but
Scott
that was
Bardelli.
great. Yeah, he's my room dog. Yeah, he's my boy.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah. That was like every night that I
He's the
talked to
one
him for a
that
while.
Brofest 3. I wasn't there, but I heard stories.
No, he's my good buddy, and we met him. And John actually kicked him out of my room, and then we were playing cards, and I'm like, "Dude, get this!" And John Jacobson chased after him. I'm like, "Get him the fuck out of here! Like, why are we bringing him back?" And then he came back, and he was fine. And then we talked the next day, and he was totally cool. Love Scott Bardelli, and he came in 5th on the bit kit. Like, and he could only.
Andrew, we saw him in the airport on Wednesday. He got there on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And did he ride with us too? Maybe not.
Well, he had to leave early because he had to take his.
It was crazy though. He got like a last minute flight, and man, he paid bank to go there.
Yeah,
Really.
he did play bank. But,
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, AJ2. That he's the one who got the GAC award, I guess. So.
no, but Adam's good. I forgot. I told you. Yeah, he did say, "Oh, I guess I got the GAC award." I was sleeping on Commando or something. He's like, people walk up and he starts playing like, "Oh."
Yes, that was. I
But
got
I
that on.
introduced him as Super
I
Hammer
won't
guy.
share that publicly because I don't want him to, make him upset. But I was sharing videos with friends.
Oh
Just
no,
face-to-face.
he's a good guy. He's coming to my mancation poker thing.
Yeah.
Well, he's only an hour away.
He made a comment later, and he did. I think he wound up losing the award somewhere. But he later
he told me he goes,
after
I don't know where I put it.
after the awards, he's sitting there at the bar, and he's like, yeah, this is, I don't know if I can show this at home. Because, my wife will ask me, what's the GAC award? What's that all about? And then he has to tell the story, and then, so yeah.
It's a good Canadian, Seabart. Did you
We're
talk
all
to
good Canadians.
We're all good Canadians.
Most of the time.
Hey, have you seen Toy Story 4? You don't have kids, but did you see it?
No.
No, there's a Canadian character, this motorcycle guy, and he's got the Canadian flag on his motorcycle. I don't know.
That's Keanu Reeves' voice for that.
That is Duke Kaboom?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
No.
Oh.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know that he does.
Well, I got little kids, so I saw it and we bought the DVD and watched
I've seen them all. I'll see it. I don't care. Fuck.
I don't care. I don't care.
I like cartoons.
I'm OLD. I like cartoons.
I'm OLD. I like cartoons and little children.
You guys are there at 4 in the morning? You guys
So
are
Andrew,
OLD. What's OLD? I'm like, you're fucking old. You live
I hear you picked up some stuff. Yeah, no,
I'm old, but I stay up later than most people. I hang in there.
we can save it for next week if you'd like. Yeah.
I mean, crack addicts and you guys are the only ones that up that hour. I'm like,
You can kind of see it right there.
Yeah.
I party late. One of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The other one's over there, but
Spoilers. I know what one of your pickups was. Yeah.
Oh wait, you got something new? Oh, Mega Touch, is that what I'm looking at, the little thing there?
No, well, there's that one. Yeah. So that I can't turn it on during the show because the fan is so fucking loud you wouldn't hear me.
What else and it would break.
What is it?
Or fans. I haven't.
There might be fans. I didn't figure out.
There's several in there.
Yeah.
I'll give you all kinds of little.
Yeah, I can swap out the fans.
What is it? Was the key still in the in the side?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
I opened up the motherboard, saw that.
Yep.
The bits.
Yeah, the second key that's in there too.
All right, what's the other thing?
What else you get? What else you get?
All
right, so we'll play this game for like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, for 30 seconds because you're gonna get bored of it. I'm already bored of it. I haven't even brought it up yet. So the game that boring. I'm fucking over it. So the game that I sent a picture of my dog cuddled up next to on the drive home. Yeah, that nobody here will ever guess.
I was trying to guess maybe it's
Lover Boy.
Bronze Age.
I mean, just keep throwing out
Is
names.
it black and white? Is it a black and white game?
It's color.
Color. So it's early though, because to me it seemed like I could see a couple large stripes and then maybe a word that was on the side, but you can't. The glare.
The picture was the glare. I wouldn't have posted the picture if you could see the
Frenzy.
Right.
Nope.
We should do the yes/no game. Yeah. So
Defender.
is it a Capcom game?
No.
Is it early 80s?
It's Defender.
Is it Atari?
Early 80s.
Jimbo got it.
What did he say?
Oh shit!
No.
I was just joking.
No.
I was completely
Let's check those buttons. Check
joking
those
because
buttons.
What color's the button?
Green.
It's
Gary.
green.
Come on, Gary. Give him shit.
You probably got it for free.
I'm amazing. I need to joke around more
What the fuck is
often.
going on here?
It's been running the
I
whole
was
show,
totally
too.
being
I'm
facetious.
hoping it'll die and the show didn't kill it.
No, I've been
It's
trying
going
to
to be
get
here
my
running the whole
clients.
time, and
He won't
He
give
wants
up
to put a
his
cloak and
fucking
dagger in
Defender.
there.
Should
put a cloak of dagger in there. I want it to die so I can feel justified about
turn
putting
it to a Robotron or something.
He's gonna put
One this
Rastan
bitch.
in there.
Rastan.
Well, if you want to swap it to Cloak and Dagger, you know where you can get.
I know where I can get a control panel. I'm just saying.
Right.
Andrew, I've been trying to get Cousin Brian's Defender for 2 years, and he won't give it up. Like I said, trade
For sale.
Yeah, well, I'm not shipping it. I'm like,
Costs you more in shipping than the
Yeah.
system.
he gave me money. I was going to trade him the Fire Escape for Defender straight up. I go, dude, but he paid, and he was, no, I don't want to get rid of it. I go, come on, you don't even fucking play this shit. They got dust all over this shit. I go, I want it for my, because I'm trying to do the Life magazine photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
Between
So
me and
it's
Brian, we have
is-
every game except 2 common. Like
So
we
is
could.
Defender like the new Zaxxon or what? Like you
Well,
got the
there's
Mega Touch, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll sell you the Mega Touch, but you got to
No,
take this."
I sold
piece
him
of
the
shit
Mega
out of here."
Touch.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that
And
ruins my
which
story.
Defender was nicer. This one or the one you sold my cousin Brian are the same.
The one
This
I-
is
the
this
one I
is the
sold.
one that showed up in intact despite the light packaging.
This one, oh Jesus, they packed this thing in a standard
So-
two layers.
So
of
let me tell
cardboard.
this. Let
Yeah,
me
go
tell
ahead.
this quick story. So, I pick up this Mega Touch for a screaming deal, and I'm like, well, I don't need another one, but I can't pass it up. I like to fix them up. I've owned 4 different Mega Touches now, and I'm like, I can't pass this up. That was the story I told about. I went to the vending company and it was they have all kinds of stuff there. Anyway, so I picked this one up. And I'm talking to the first person I think of is Andrew because the other one was such a catastrophe that I shipped. And
Through no fault of
even-
his.
no,
That was just UPS.
actually that it worked out in the end because no one
Mhm.
lost any money.
Yeah, right.
But so I'm like, well, so these are a little more rugged. There's less to break because there's no CRT. They're very, very all the weights at the bottom, away from a lot of the stuff. And it requires a smaller box. And actually, the previous one, that exact model, the previous one that I had, was shipped to me, and it survived. It was fine. So I'm like, should we gamble with this again? And so I went to FedEx this time around, and they had a couple of coupons going on, 20% off packing cost and $5 off your total fee. And it ended up, so the first time when I shipped the big the CRT, the Radeon, it was with UPS it was $180. With this, it was about half that. It was a hair under $90. So I'm like, well, shit, dude, let's give this pack and ship.
Yep.
And I'm like, shit, dude, it's 68 pounds is what they weighed it at. It's deceivingly heavy. So it was some girl helping me, and she puts a thing. She's like, okay, charges me, rings me all up. I'm like, all right. And I declared it at $1,000. She sets it off to the side, so they didn't pack it right there. I didn't watch or anything like that. So I walk away, and I'm like, well, here we go, Andrew. All right, here we go. And it's two-day shipping. So
it arrived
showed
on
up
Monday.
Yeah, I shipped it out on last Thursday or Friday, and
I think it was Friday.
Yeah. And
so we got it over the weekend.
Yeah. So Andrew, I had no idea what this thing was gonna fucking look like. She charged me basically for like $16 in materials, and so I'm like, I'm a little skeptical, but hey, I declared it at $1,000. So regardless, it's gonna be easy peasy for me to prove that what that's worth, because any the main Megatouch resellers online, the retail store stuff, they're charging $15,000 to $2,000 for those. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just a pain in the ass. So Andrew sends me a message on Slack. Yes, and he's like,
on Monday.
All right, dude, fucking here we go. I'm like, oh Jesus.
First thing, so I see the dude. He picks up the box off the back of the truck, and he starts waddling over to my fucking porch, with it in his hands. He made sure I was home before he pulled it out of the truck, and I could see the bottom of the box just bowed out, and the tape had split.
That was my number one concern, that because all the weight is there, that it's just going to break right through the fucking box.
Literally was just I don't know, 30 more seconds in the air before the rest of that tape would have just finished splitting, and the thing would have just dropped straight out of the bottom of the box, which would have been a tragedy, but also would have been hilarious if that had actually fucking happened.
I would love to see,
just because it would have been like, you should have stayed there with an empty fucking box.
It's like you'd be like, here, sign here that you fucking dropped it. Yeah.
Yep. So he gets it up to the porch, and I was like, and he kind of chucked it down on the porch too. I was like, dude, come on. I know it's heavy, but it's your fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you carry heavy shit for a living. And so as soon as he got it over, I was like, man, the bottom of that box is split. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's holes in the side. The bottom of the box is split. And he's like, all right, I'll make a note. And he's like, well, it's really fucking heavy. And I was like, well, what difference does that make? You guys packed it.
Yeah.
So it's all on you. And he's like, all right, I'm making notes.
Are you telling me you didn't load it up?
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, surprise. But yeah, like pulled it back, and it's like the bottom of the box is like coming out. So it's like I'm like scooting along the porch. I get inside, he leaves, and start opening it up. And it literally, and hopefully this picture is somewhat visible. It literally is just paper.
There's no styrofoam.
There's no styrofoam. Nope. It's just paper. It's just wadded up bits of brown paper, including what's on the bottom. There's like
my first concern when
layers.
you told me that was not that whether or not it would power up. It was like, did it scratch the fuck out of that touch screen?
Right.
That was my concern.
So is this? I could post these pictures in Slack. I wanted to keep these just to Jim, but that's the bottom of the box on this side.
Jesus.
The seam, and that's just the 2 layers of paper, and the bottom of this thing sitting on the bottom of the box. So literally, like if that split,
I'm surprised they didn't even
finished.
double box it. It was just one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. No, they just cheaped out as much as they possibly could. But fuck it, it works. So
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. And I did a few things. I only did a couple things before I sent it off to you. I enabled the adult games.
So the
for
first
one.
picture I take of it working is like
Yeah,
Beauty
it's like this
Penthouse
chick
photo
like
hunt.
with her face and in another girl's chest. Yeah, and then I went into. Well, I quickly recalibrate. You might want to recalibrate it. I quickly did a little calibration. And I just made sure all the games were enabled and free play was enabled and a few other things. But we can go over. I can tell you all the different
we'll chat about it.
Yeah. As far as like making it a little more bulletproof and stuff, obviously the fans there's typically anywhere between 2 and 3 fans. There's one right by the hard drive,
right.
And then there's 1 or 2 usually in the back case. And those little tiny things, they're I can't remember the size. They're like 10 millimeter or something like that. Those are really noisy, and you can replace those. I went on like DigiKey or Mauser, and you can get quieter ones.
Just get some brushes.
and then of course the heatsink
CPU
fan.
Yeah.
But those are the big ones. Replacing the hard drive with solid state will benefit you.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow.
And then,
I noticed loading games and stuff.
Yeah, and then that it does have an older motherboard, but the graphics chipset's a little bit is good. So I mean, as long as it's working, just leave it be. If it ever fails, I'll give you a couple models that work really well, that are cheap. And then the joystick.
Oh yeah,
it's a little. Now chances are you may never use that, but it's a little bit worn and the buttons are a little bit soft. You can find, at least I was able to a couple times find new old stock or replacement parts for those on eBay. You might be able to email AMI/Merit, and they're no longer building the stuff, but they have a big supply of leftover parts. That's how I was able to get like security keys and stuff for relatively cheap. But that's about it as far as, because otherwise they're pretty rock solid.
I was smoking and I missed the punchline. I'm trying to watch it outside. So I'm sorry, you guys already heard this, but so it worked. It was okay. The box split, and I'm like,
yeah. Basically, they didn't pack it. Basically, they may as well have just like sent the thing by itself with a sticker on the front with the delivery. Yeah. I mean, it was.
So are you submitting a claim?
No, it's fine. So it works. So at this point,
as opposed to the other one that I thought I watched them pack and I thought it was relatively packed decent, but the guy handled it poorly.
Yeah, I mean, it caught on fire when I plugged it in.
Yeah, Andrew sends me a message and he's like, should I get the fire extinguisher? And I'm like, I remember when that used to be
this one up.
Yeah, and I'm like, I remember when that used to be a joke.
Yeah.
But yay! And that's better than the other one. I mean, that's Ion. That's got way more games, and now you can relate to the games that me and Carrie play all the fucking time.
Yay! I'm totally looking forward to actually playing the games.
Yeah, hopefully your wife enjoys it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I fired it up in front of her. She wasn't in the mood at the times.
Well,
it happens a lot.
You did like a couple of right?
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
Because we got the OLD syndrome.
She's not in the mood is my middle name.
That's such a great game though for having a drink in your hand. Like it's
and I have a headache.
Nice. Nice. Well, cool.
Yeah. So awesome. Yes.
Yay.
Super yay. And
it takes up a lot less space. Yeah.
Well, how did the defender happen?
Yeah.
All right. So
explain yourself.
Yeah. It's a fucking
You acting
crime.
like you didn't want it, and somehow
Carrie
Well,
should
I
give you a
don't
bunch
want
of
it.
shit.
Yeah, I know, totally.
Yeah. So defender. All right. So I had a guy come over to look at my backyard. You guys have a bunch of you guys have seen my backyard. It's not pretty. So been looking for a contractor for a long time to build out a deck, do some xeriscaping back here. I don't want any grass, just want to have some planters, keep it simple, right? But basically the big thing is building out a deck. And so I was talking with a contractor who's a friend of my wife's, and he at some point peeked into the garage and was like, what the fuck's going on in here? And he's like, do you have Defender? And I was like, not anymore.
Well, guess what? You're getting one.
Yeah. Well, so he was like, oh, that was my game. You know, like my brother-in-law had one like back in like the early 90s, and it became mine. And then I broke up with my wife, and then he ended up with the game back or something like that. So he had this game. He was like, Defender's like my game. I love that game. And I was like, I mean, I could probably find one for you if you really are interested. And he was like, yes, 100%, like totally all about it. So I talked to some of the local guys, and Man Adams, who's been out to Grinkers before.
Yep. I know.
Was like, yeah, I've got one for sale if you're interested in it. He gave me, you know, a decent price to quote for the guy. And I was like, well, you know, it's a friend, but it's not like close friend, but it's like, you know, it's going to this guy.
Yeah.
And so he was like, cool. So he gave me a good price, talked to the contractor. The contractor's like, cool, I'm on board. And hey, gonna build you a great deck. So
great deck, bro.
Great deck, bro.
Nice
so
deck.
I go down and he's being flaky about picking it up. And my thing is like, well, I've already committed to Man Adams to go pick up this game.
Yeah.
So you were supposed to go do it yourself. I told you, you know, like just let me know when you want to go pick it up and I'll give you the guy's number and you can just drive up there and get it. And so anyway, so Dan had been holding the game for a while. He'd missed out on a couple potential sales. So it's like, all right, fine. So on Saturday, I drove up there to get it. And on Sunday, I talked to the contractor and he's like, yeah, I can't fucking do your backyard and I don't want that game.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
And I don't want the game.
Nobody wants it.
Get nothing.
Because it has a green button. He probably saw the green button.
Yeah. That's
What the hell? That's not cool.
So
you get nothing.
The backyard that I thought was supposed to be done here, like in the next like 2 weeks, fucking square zero. And now I have a Defender that I paid for that I don't want.
So instead of paying for a new deck, you've paid for a
I paid for a
Defender you
game
don't want.
that I already sold.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being a nice guy.
Well, and Dan contacted me like the only reason why I picked it up this weekend. Well, I would have picked it up either way. I mean, I'm not going to leave him hanging. But he's like, hey, I wanted to get some like games downstairs into where Defender was, so I need to get that game out of here. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there.
Yeah, so I drove an hour up to get the game and an hour back home too.
Yeah.
Give me a break, man. They got fucking space invaders
Like,
in
I'm
here.
not
That shit's
supposed to
for
do any of this
retards.
shit. So, fucking cool.
God damn. Cloak and Dagger.
I should have
lame.
maybe had more red flags going when he was sipping a bottle of Fireball in my backyard while he was taking
Ooh.
measurements.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Where were the syringes on the floor? Yeah.
But he was being funny about it, so it was like, whatever. I don't care if you come out here and if you build me a good deck. I don't give a fuck if you're hammered.
Yeah.
I don't judge.
Oh.
So he totally flaked, like he's not going to do it. I can't do it now. I'm
Only
not
when you have
No,
to.
he's like, I'm not building the deck, and I don't want the game. I mean, it was bookended with more like apologies and like, oh, I just can't make it, and it's too busy in the year, and without the money, I can't really swing, buying that game. So it was.
You'll get nothing, and you'll like it.
More friendly than that, but basically the end of it is like, fuck you, keep the game, and I'm not building your deck.
Look at Dave, your text message. I want a hot dog.
I know. I got a Chicago hot dog in the airport, and that's all I kept thinking about. Is like, I want a hot dog.
You had like a permanent seat at Grinkers, like at the bar, like you didn't move, and so like every time I go use the bathroom, I come back out, I had to say something behind you, and like it makes some wisecrack. That was my conversation with you the whole fucking time at Grinkers. It'd be like going to and from the restroom, and I have some movie quote to say to you right behind your ear, and then I just walk away.
Every time I saw Dave, he'd go, "You have OLD syndrome." I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
So like, there's this one time I go into the bathroom to take a piss, and then like somebody says something to me that's in there, and then I hear this voice coming from the toilet. "You got OLD syndrome."
From the toilet.
Yes.
He's like taking a shit. Is that you, Mark? You got OLD syndrome. Well, don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh my god. So after the game, hey, caller, can you mute your
somebody's laughing.
your speakers down?
I'm
I don't
hearing,
see it, babe. I can hear people laughing.
I think it's us laughing.
Oh, there you go.
It is.
Yeah.
But Steve, you made me want a shootout kit or something. Now they did come in a dedicated cabinet, but I think that's a fairly rare mid to late 80s game, which is
I love shootout.
You're talking
about that one that you and I were playing.
The guy with the
that was
where
fun.
you're going.
Yeah,
I love that game.
It was so much fun.
Awesome.
And I'm
Good
sure
game.
they made a kit of that, but obviously love the decade, but I did a fucking search on Clav, and like the last complete game that sold was like umpteen years ago. Like
yeah, I never see those. That's a real rare game now, I think.
It's a great game though.
So that was your takeaway game from the.
That was my takeaway game. I didn't think I'd have one, and that was Sunday that we played that.
Yeah,
and,
we were playing some
like,
games Sunday.
Oh shit! I played it first. I'm like, God, this game's fucking hard. And then I'm like, I gotta play.
Well, I was showing Jim some like hidden point areas too. Like, remember you could hit
the roller coaster.
The roller coaster was like worth mega points, like 9999 or something like that.
It took me a little while to get used to it.
It's like ridiculous points they put on certain things, you know. But
is that a 4-way or an 8-way stick? It's an 8-way, right?
I think it's I don't know.
Because you can shoot diagonal.
Yeah, you shoot diagonal. Yeah, you shoot diagonal in that.
So. Yeah, I definitely want that game. And then the other thing that came out of Grinkers, and Dave, you'll appreciate. I'm so happy that you're still with us. Normally you duck out a little early, but this is a kind of
How dare you?
This was kind of
nobody's here.
Okay,
I can do anything I want. Nobody's in the house.
I was waiting for that.
So Dave, you'll appreciate this because both of these games you like, but this all of a sudden hit me. It was after I got so maybe a month ago. It was when I was streaming, I think it was Arkanoid, and I got a comment on my channel. Now I didn't hear anything of this. I didn't know if it was a joke or not, but this guy offered on my YouTube channel to buy my Marble Madness for $3,000. And I never thought about selling Marble Madness. But then you get hit with a price where it's like, that's making me think twice. And now, so that nothing came of that, but it made me think that now, I could see myself selling my Marble Madness for the right price. So it's kind of ingrained in my head now. I've kind of made that conscious decision. And so got thinking after Grinkers, what happened was I was playing a shit ton of Super Punch-Out, and I'm like, God damn, I want this game so bad. And then I'm like, I started thinking about it. I'm like, the prices of Marble Madness and Super Punch-Out are like, I've looked at so many threads and stuff, and I'm like, they're almost there. I would say maybe Marble Madness is just barely ahead of Super Punch-Out as far as like what prices are commanding. So I've actually been
nobody's gonna raise their eyebrows at. Like, yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I wonder if I should put up a for trade like thread. So that's kind of what I've been envisioning is maybe either trading or selling my Marble Madness to get a Super Punch-Out, like making a deal of some sort, whether like because you're talking maybe a couple $100 difference, like total in the, like, there's not a whole, like, depending on the condition. I feel like that's a really even playing field. So that's kind of where I'm kind of thinking is I don't want a big project, but I would be if someone's like, here's a Super Punch Out project and some cash for your Marble Madness, or if I end up selling my Marble Madness and using that cash to pay for a Super Punch Out. But that's kind of what I was that's kind of where I'm thinking right now.
Well, and you're mixing up the collection a little bit. It's like you've had Marble Madness for a while, and it's like, hey, you want something new. Is that out of the realm of getting a Marble Madness in the future? It's not like you're getting rid of a Quantum or a Major. Like I could,
right. And,
like
and
if I really a project and buy, like I could get it again. That's why Jordan,
and I have to admit, I'm slurring. These are starting to. I found the sweet spot where these really affect me. I need to think it also in terms of how much I play these games, and with streaming and stuff, it's made me play.
I don't think you need Punch Out, Jim. You're so good at it. It's not even exciting anymore. You have like a pattern. It's not.
But I don't like. I would love to. I would love to get good enough that I could go for a world record, and I don't think I have. I'm not there.
You're like unbelievable. Like after you played for like an hour,
quit sucking my dick. No,
I lost in like 30 seconds, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
You just have to play. But the thing is that like, and then I would love to get a double, like get a kit, a switcher.
That's
kit
I bought the
double punch.
I don't know
whatever you call it.
That's why when I sold the other punch, that I kept the board. Because
the thing is though, like I play that game. So even Grinkers, their Super Punch Out had problems. But I still that didn't stop me from playing it
because I played it once too, and I'm like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
the duck was super sensitive.
Oh, beautiful! Thank you. I didn't even talk to you about that.
All of a sudden, I think of the IRC and the duck thing that goes on there.
Yeah. So they fixed that. They fixed that, and then on Saturday, me and Heck. We went back and forth. We were going for a better score, and we just kept going back and forth. And even though things were still a little bit flaky, like the switches were really soft, and so it was tough. But they had fixed the duck thing, and so we played that a lot. But I want to I would honestly, I can tell you right now, if I had my Super Punch Out, I would play that 10 times more than my Marble Madness. Typically, one of my routines is. When I'm getting ready to go to the gym, I'll take I have a little bit of an energy drink. I'll wait about half an hour, then I'll go to the gym. So in that half an hour that I'm waiting for the little bit of caffeine that's in there and stuff to kick in, I'll either play Mega Touch or I'll play one of my arcade games, and then I'll go to the gym. I would play that game every fucking day because it's like I never get tired of it.
Yeah, I don't get tired of Punch Out either. It's fun to beat them.
Now, Marble Madness, I have to be in the mood for because that game is a fucking workout.
No, I need to lose some weight because I was drenched in sweat. I played it at Grinkers.
You have your stance. That was fun. Was that Grinkers 3?
Steve awarded somebody Warlords game because it was Warlords team. Did Steve give
Patrick
20?
Yeah.
Did Steve give?
I asked him about that. I was like, "How's that Warlords?" And he was very excited. Talk about how
did Steve give a 720 away to anybody this year?
No, we're not doing that again. Yeah, no.
All right.
That would be awesome.
Hey, Gleek, we did miss you. It's
what?
Gleek, we missed you. It's too bad you couldn't make it this year.
I know it's just beyond my control. I'm going to try to make it next year. We'll see. So
hey, yeah, just saying that you were missed. So.
Okay.
We thought of you while we were out there, and I can't tell you how many times when we had our little our meetings about prepping for the art and all the swag and stuff like that. How many times you were brought up that it's too bad that you couldn't make it. So
it was kind of weird too. Carrie had like the ultimate Airbnb. And
what
a shitty deal that was, dude, because we had all these plans.
We should have gone there and burnt the house down.
So in result of Carrie's Airbnb, I also ordered a very luxurious Airbnb for Necros and like a bunch of other people, and of course I paid for it and I had to refund it because I couldn't go. So
we both got shit on.
We got screwed on that deal. Yeah, we were scrambling to get our rooms after that.
Yeah, that totally
that a lot of a lot of shit fell through.
Yeah, there's some weird hiccups this year.
Yeah. Is there going to be a guaranteed drinkers next year? Because I really want to go again. I didn't want to skip this year as it is. So.
Something will happen
Steve
next year.
Yes. Steve's talking about it.
Yeah. So
If
We'll
not,
know more.
Based
know
on
more
the
in future
conversations,
weeks.
based on the conversations we had with Steve, like for me, Friday night, I feel confident that something's going to happen next year. I just don't know what and what the
yeah,
details
just a year, a lot of things can happen in a year.
Yeah.
Like from the year we went last year, now he's got like private memberships and stuff like that. And so.
Yeah, we got to see how that works out.
I think the takeaway here is that no one can take this for granted, this event. And so if there is another one next year, get on board, because it's a finite thing.
Does anybody know why? I talked to Steve about the private memberships. Did anyone else ask him?
Yeah, well,
yeah, he talked.
The story that I heard,
there was something I think somebody said kids damaging the games.
Yeah, it was
there was some that I never.
guess I can throw this away, Andrew.
Oh yeah, you can.
It's my receipt.
So the story that I heard was at some point there was a competition between some teenagers who were there who were trying to see how many teenagers they could fit inside the EDOT. And they broke out the back glass,
broke it,
and broke the side of the cabinet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was the final straw.
Yeah, Aviana is the one that told me that story, and she knew the kids that did it. They were at her high school.
Oh man!
Wow.
She was not friends with them, but she knew the kids that did it.
There's another. I don't know if I should. Well, I guess I could share. I wasn't told silence, I guess. But when you have a place like that, they found like some needles. People are coming in because it's quiet.
No way.
Because there's no cover charge and you can't watch everybody. So all of a sudden, where are you going to shoot up?
I didn't hear that.
And then,
all right,
think about that.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's a free place to go, and they can't search. I'm going to go in the missile command. You know what I mean? So it's like, ooh, that's something I wouldn't have even thought of. Because you can't.
How substantiated that rumor is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's not.
I wouldn't believe
But
that.
I think it's more along the lines of mom or dad would be like heading to the grocery store, Albertsons next door, and they would just drop the kids off unattended, and then they go shopping or run errands. So basically, it's like they treated it like a
babysitter. Yep.
And they're not being watched, and so the kids, being kids, are just doing what kids do.
Yeah.
And they're not respecting the games and not respecting the fact that they're basically in a museum that is a hands-on museum, and not appreciating the specialness of what's around them, and basically abusing the games.
Yeah.
And so
Zyla has the same problem.
Yep,
it's a problem.
Yep. So that's why there's accountability. So that's the reason why he requires that at least one person from the party submits an ID. It's the reason why all of us had to give our IDs to get our memberships. So yeah, it's just accountability. People need.
Yeah, that's legit. It is what it is. So
yeah. So I don't know about needles or drugs or any of the rest of that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's people not respecting the games for whatever reason and needing to have a name tied to people who are there.
When I asked Steve how it's working out, and he said it's actually working out pretty good, pretty great, is what he said. So
the place was still pretty packed.
Oh yeah, there's still a lot of people there on Saturday night. Yeah, and it wasn't our group. Yeah, I saw the locals there.
I can't believe Zyla was there. Did you guys have fun with her?
Yeah,
right? Yeah. She's a lot of fun actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see her. She was in a.
She had a really good time.
I saw her picture. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
I helped her pack up part of her games in her van. So.
Miranda,
Yeah.
does she go by Miranda now?
Just go by Miranda mostly now.
Yeah, I sat with when I first got there, and when she first got there, I sat with her for like 2 hours, just like getting caught up on all her stuff and what she's doing in Denver and all that craziness. So
she seems so like she seems to be doing so well and having such a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like from the point when we were at hyperspace for Nat to now was like, to me it was a big change.
Well, because it wasn't her place. She could just enjoy.
Well, she wasn't ready.
Yeah.
She couldn't just let loose. She had to manage like all that stuff. But
Mhm.
at the same time, she just like looking at her, like her face and everything, like her presence, like she just seemed like a different person to me.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very relaxed, and I think she had a
Yep.
good time. She brought the scramble cab that they put. An island pirate had brought a kit for what was the name of that? It was
Moon War.
I played
Yeah.
it with Jordan. I had fun. Moon
Yeah, it
War's
was pretty
awesome.
fun.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's a
pretty
weird
cool.
game.
Yeah, very, very weird. And they didn't have they ended up putting like one of the coin up things, or like a little button so you could play it. So it was on free play. So I played it a bunch because I'm really bad at the games, and so my games never last very long. But that was it. It has this funky roller on it. I know it's similar apparently to another game. With how I tend to play games that I enjoy with great enthusiasm.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
She rocks the cabinet as the song goes. No, that's rock the Casbah. No,
But what I discovered in my enthusiasm that apparently other people did not experience is that so you rotate the ship by doing this funky thin roller, and then you have like I forgot, it was like a fire button, and so you're rolling and you're shooting, but I would roll it so enthusiastically that the roller I would hurt my finger because it would get caught between the roller and the side. And I was like, this is a dumb design. And then I think Jim played and he's like, what? I'm like, oh, apparently it's just me. But that's
we have the spinning of the roller. We have different techniques. You're a little more frantic, and I'm just like,
yes, it didn't take much.
Carrie's like, this fucking thing pinches my hand. It's the stupidest design.
I know, I'm like, I can only play
so
many games. It hurts my fingers.
Yeah, to me, it was basically like asteroids. Instead of a left, right, rotate kind of thing, it's just you just kind of scroll just a little bit left and right.
Or scroll a lot left
too is that
spin frantically.
Or
the other difference that we have,
I did pretty well in
that
the game.
Carrie likes to play opposite. She likes to play like opposite of how I play with different hands. So like if we're playing let's see. Almost any joystick game, you like to
Shadow
hold
Dancer.
The joystick you like to hold the joystick with your right hand, push it to the left, and I like to have the joystick in my. I'm right-handed. We're both right-handed.
We're both.
I like to have the joystick in my left hand and hit the buttons with my right. So this is kind of the same thing where it's like I'm using the roller with my left hand.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you did.
And the other thing too, though, is they have the fucking. We didn't even realize. Well, you forget about the. Forget the button for the spaceship to switch positions.
Yeah, we didn't even notice. I didn't even notice
because it's directly below that roller. So you've got your hands like the rollers here. You've got the main buttons over here, and then there's a button down fucking below the roller that you just kind of forget about because it's like, why would they put a fucking button there?
All right,
like it makes no sense.
Out.
Yeah, thanks, C-Bart.
See it.
It's 2:30. I got it.
Damn youngins.
I didn't get my afternoon nap now. Come on. All right. See you guys next week.
Too, quite frankly.
Yep. Take care.
But,
see you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night soon too.
Yeah, and that was really cool. It was awesome that she brought that cab, and it was fun to watch it get built and then kind of struggle through trying to get it to work and how it didn't fit quite right, and then ultimately to actually be able to play it like that kind of last year.
Yeah, my top 3 favorite games there was that one, and then Pulsar and Moon Shuttle. Yes,
Moon Shuttle was fun.
That was a great one. Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
I was
right.
like, hey, Carrie,
cool.
here's a side-scrolling shooter you might like.
Yes.
You know me so well.
And then the level where it's like fuck.
Oh God, I couldn't stop laughing. Was that Sunday Gak where I was like behind you and you're like, this level where these guys start yelling at you and it's like I'm like fuck.
Yeah.
And Gak's just like, I can't concentrate. I'm laughing.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that was great. The animations on that were cool too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I took away. I liked Shootout as I mentioned.
I think it's just Shootout. That looked pretty good.
Love it.
Dak and I played some Pulsar together. That was fun.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
In the bedroom.
Yeah, we played Hide the Strawberry.
Oh, so I got Cheyenne. I'll wire it up. I just need to get things ready, but I'm thinking either this week or next week I'm gonna start streaming that.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I'll look
Yeah,
forward
I
to that.
liked your online dating video.
oh, the guy talk. Yeah,
It's so funny.
we
I'll talk to
we
Charlie
get
about it.
yeah. Yeah, we're that'll be a little series because me and my buddy Dano, we were talking about it. We always talk about what we're going to talk about beforehand. That's how we come up with our topics, and so we started talking about dating, and we wanted to talk about online dating, but then I kept bringing up like the differences between that and like offline dating, which is a weird thing to say because it's like that's normal to me, where you meet someone in person. And then we started talking about it, and we're like, shit, this is gonna be like a mini series, so it's gonna be like a 3-parter. So next time we're gonna talk about.
No, you guys are great together. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm glad you think that, because like I feel like I'm a little more high strung and I get all riled up, and Dano is kind of calm and collected, so it's kind of that balance. He kind of keeps things going. But
No, it's good.
Cool, man.
I'll tune in to the next episodes.
Yeah, we originally talked when we were discussing it at the bar, was that if we get into this, like we do well enough, we should live stream this so that people can ask questions in the IRC.
Oh my God, that would be
Oh yeah,
fun.
you got to bring that live to the chat people. Yeah, you can use
That
my
would be
IRC
fun.
for that. That's fine.
Nice,
all
thanks.
good.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, right now, I mean,
you
like,
don't have to join the arcade room. You can make your
no. Oh yeah. So, and that reminds me, with the Cheyenne, I'm considering doing the restream thing, and because right now I've just been doing YouTube, but I'm thinking about doing the restream thing where it will go out to YouTube, Twitch. I think I signed up for Mixer and Facebook all at the same time, but then they have a chat bot that relays all the messages, so everyone in all those different platforms can talk to each other. Yeah, I think that's
cool.
badass.
Restream is what the service is called?
Yeah, it's a free service, unless you like. There's a few. If you pay for the pro, there's a few extra things you get, but basically it allows you to stream simultaneously to multiple platforms. And I was a little reluctant
next
to
Tuesday
do that.
night restream.
I know. I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah,
Forget the Zoom meetings.
Yeah,
we're restreaming this shit.
Yeah,
All right.
actually, if I was doing OBS, I could be doing that, I guess. But we have no base on any of the other platforms, so I'd be like, "Hey, we gained 1." Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's just a troll.
All right, I'm fading.
Yep. Me too.
I gotta
too.
go.
Me too. I gotta get up early.
It's a long show.
So, and
Well,
we,
I'm sure
unfortunately,
there'll be more Grinkfest talks as the week goes
Yeah.
on.
We'll think
Yeah.
of
There's
more
so much
I'm
stuff
sure.
to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before then, maybe I'll see some of you folks on my stream. All
There you
5
go.
of you.
Ugh.
All right.
All
See you
right.
guys.
All right.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the memories.
Cool.
Yay.
Take
I
care.
have no music queued up.
No.
Bye.
Goodbye. So long. Da, 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 da.